It's time for an inside look at the most powerful motorsport on the planet. WFO Radio, NHRA Nitro.
What's up, everybody? WFO Radio, Joe Costello back with you, and we are now live for Friday Cocktails. And if you are just logging on to the WFO Radio Facebook page, you're saying you are 6 minutes late. That is true, but I do want to thank the Caruso family for inviting me on their Quarantine with the Caruso show. And if you are a new listener just checking it out, we have got a great show for you. Warming up down there in the green room, we have got Jackie Fricke. Jack, if you haven't figured out the formula so far, it's myself and a guy and a girl, lady racer and a guy racer, and then we just mix it up at that point. And Jackie Fricke is going to be joining us on the show. Jackie, of course, a tremendous racer in the Lucas Oil Top Alcohol Dragster category. And also we have got Mellow Yellow, funny car racer Tommy Johnson Jr., drives for MD Anderson Cancer Research at Don Schumacher Racing. Great guy. Been racing since he was like 5 years old, illegally. Nobody knew. He didn't have a license. He somehow was able to race at a very young age and get a very early win, and has been doing great things. We are going to talk about their lives and careers and what kind of fun we're having and all that stuff. And they are in the green room ready to go. I've actually kept them waiting a little bit. But I want to tell you about the people who make this show possible. Folks like Total Seal Piston Rings, the leader in ring seal technology. They're doing 20% off for DIY racers. Call Keith Jones and the team over there. And also, we've got Hidden Horsepower, the brand new Total Seal podcast, engine building greats, talking about engine building and machining and that kind of stuff on Hidden Horsepower. But check them out, totalseal.com. samtech.edu, the School of Automotive Machinists and Technology. Brian Massengill and the family, educating our next generation of machinists at samtech.edu. Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School. The Dragster Adventure is really what I think you should do, because you can drive a dragster and show up with like nothing. You don't need a license. You don't need a helmet. They handle it all, and you can have a fun experience. The Dragster Adventure at frankhawley.com. MagicDryUS.com. Scott Palmer was last week's Friday Cocktails guest along with Angie Smith. We had so much fun. Scott was awesome. And it's all because Magic Dry is made of coconut. It's all natural. And if you've got a shop, you should definitely be using it. MagicDryUS.com. And of course, Marvin Rodak, the hot sauces and the spice rubs and the gourmet coffee roasted fresh per your order. All right. Those are the sponsors. These are the people that literally make this possible. And if you want to keep the small businesses alive during this period of struggle, hit them up and buy something. All right, we're going to bring on our guests. We're going to stagger them on. First up, ladies first, of course. Joining us now, she's a winner in the Top Alcohol Dragster ranks. She is a quick driver and drives for Fink Equipment, Miss Jackie Fricke. Jackie, welcome to WFO
Hello.
Friday Cocktails. How are you?
Thanks so much for having
That's
me. I'm great.
I'm thrilled. You are a last-minute pinch hitter. I've formulated this list of people that were going to be guest on Friday Cocktails, right? And today, Kathy Fisher, who was Tommy's co-host on Performance TV and my co-host on Performance TV, was going to be our guest, but she was unable to do it. And so I thought, go to the list. And so I have this list, and right as I was looking at the list, you liked something on my Instagram account, and it was fate. Jackie Fricke just liked my picture of the Biondo Final Round 2 practice tree. And I said, there it is, a sign. It's a sign that Jackie Fricke is the person, and you're so kind to come on short notice and enjoy beverages with us. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, and I'm always up for a cocktail, so it was a good reason to have one.
There you go. What are you drinking here today?
Strawberry vodka and tonic, diet tonic.
Of course, you got to stay. You got to stay in race mode. I like it. Now, running a Top Alcohol Dragster with an A fuel car, nitro car, no supercharger. You know, I always reference the time I got to hang out at your test session because I got to know you guys real well. I got to see the team. I learned a lot about your driving style, and you've had great success. This was going to be a year. I mean, I can't imagine how bummed you are because you were testing that new car second half of last year, getting it all dialed in, only to not be able to break it out like normal.
Yeah, our testing went really well. We started out, we ran really fast, and we're really thrilled. And then we qualified number one at No Problem Raceway and got to the final we had a problem in the final, and one of my good friends, Rachel Meyer, beat us. And then we qualified well at Gainesville, tested well, and unfortunately lost in the final there to Josh Hart. We shook. So we got to the first two finals, and I couldn't wait to get to Gainesville because we do better on warmer tracks. And then they canceled it.
Postponed, not canceled. Postponed.
Right.
All right. Let's bring on our next guest, who is joining us from Brownsburg, Indiana. I got this banner joining us from Brownsburg, Indiana, because everyone joins us from Brownsburg, Indiana. He picked up a huge win last year, Bristol. It was tremendous, and is the former co-host of Performance TV, and has got a ZZ Top beard going on. Move yourself so you're a little more in the middle.
There we go.
There it is. From Don Schumacher Racing, Tommy Johnson Jr. What's up, Tommy? How are you?
Just chilling, man. I'm wore out. I've been spreading mulch all day, so I was happy that you were wanting to do cocktails at 4. I was ready to quit.
I'm glad. That makes me so happy because I know that everybody is live streaming and doing whatever they can do to keep their. What are you drinking? Forget what I'm saying. What are you drinking?
Screwball and Mellow Yellow.
Nice. All right.
Everybody says that sounds horrible, and it tastes great.
I think Mellow Yellow, first of all, bonus points to you for keeping the Coca-Cola sponsor involved. Number one. Number two, I like Mellow Yellow. Like, I genuinely like it. Like, I bought it before they were a sponsor. I like it better than the other Citrus Cola. And I find it to be the perfect mixer because it's got caffeine. So it kind of like keeps you going. All these like people who do the Red Bull, Mellow Yellow is much more flavorful. I liked it when Alexis had the tequila sponsor, and to mix those two sponsors together, great stuff. But we just got to get a vodka in the sport of drag racing. But I appreciate your decision.
Yeah, no, the Screwball is good with it too. Peanut butter, man, peanut butter and citrus. Well, sounds horrible, tastes great.
The peanut butter. What is it? Is vodka? Whiskey.
Yeah.
I've had that. One of the Napa guys gave me that. It's tremendous. Like you would
it's pretty good.
And supposedly there's like a great story about their business model. Like they got the guy from Foo Fighters, right? Dave Grohl went on stage with the bottle and said, "You got to try this." And then the next day they sold like 50,000 cases, something like that. I don't know if it's exactly the story, but it tastes like peanut butter. It will get you in big trouble.
Yeah, you got to moderate.
You got to moderate. All right, so we got you on now. The whole point of this is just chillax. We're going to talk some racing, going to have a little fun, and I've already started the Caruso family. They mentioned you, Jackie. I've had several shots already, and so I'm actually like I've got a bottle of Jameson I've been trying to kill the past couple of weeks. And maybe we can turn it into a candle after it's all over.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's start off, Tommy. You're an Etsy craftsman. That is your hobby. You've taken it seriously, and you're really good at it. Like,
yeah, it started off as a hobby, and now it's work. You know, and it's crazy because the last month or so we've been at home. The sales have been tremendous. So. I've had no problem keeping myself busy lately. We've been making candle shipping every day, it seems like. So, it's gotten, we take wine bottles, liquor bottles, beer bottles, any kind of glassware bottle. We do Starbucks bottles. They're big sellers at Christmas time. So you take those, you cut them off, and we sand them, polish them. And then my wife pours the candle wax in them and we use wood wicks. Got a little crackle to them. So it's really taken off, and it's been tremendous. I guarantee you the mail lady that picks up mail every day is getting tired of me because his mailbox is full every morning.
That is great. Jackie, have you seen any of Tommy's candles? Like, did you think that a macho nitro guy?
I've seen them online. They look really cool. I'll have to get one.
So for a couple of years now, I've been telling Tommy that I have these fantastic Johnny Walker blue bottles, which, as far as I'm concerned, this represents $200. This is a $200 bottle. And I have, back once upon a time, life was really good. I've got a couple of these. Can we turn these into like a really cool candle, Tommy?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've done Johnny Walkers before. So yeah, no problem. We can knock those out. I like a new challenge,
It was because if you break it, like, doesn't it? It doesn't always go right. It doesn't like.
It's glass. It's glass. Let's just put it that way. It's glass. So, when I first started, my success rate of cutting a bottle was probably about maybe 12%, and now it's about 99.5%. So, practice makes perfect. So, yeah, I've gotten a little better. Every now and then we'll still break one, but for the most part, it's only when somebody gives me one and they say, this is our bottle from our honeymoon when we were married, and it's meant to the world to us. Can you make a candle? And I go, you don't have two, do you?
Right.
but it comes out. It's okay. It's all good.
That is going to break. Our buddy Craig Garland is out there saying what's up to everybody.
Hi, Craig.
Andrew Hines. Andrew Hines has stopped running and has sat in front of the computer. Drew is obviously as successful as it gets out there. Let us know if you want to hop on, Drew. I'll send you the link. Bobby Graham, thank you, Miss Jackie, again for the T-shirt and the autograph for my grandson. So glad you could at least race No Problem Raceway. Jackie's a fan favorite. What's that like, Jackie?
I love the little kids. The little kids are my favorite. I think they're definitely, my guys will always come and get me in the trailer when a little kid's out there. And I just really enjoy, because I was that little kid at the ropes. So I really enjoy the young kids of the sport.
What I think is interesting is that you both and myself, bracket racers, right? Starting out as a local track, interested in cars, happy to race whatever it was, like to get out there and be involved. Jackie, that's your background. Tell us a little bit about where you got started, how you got started, first experiences, all of that.
I could tell you really, you know what? It's supposed to be a funny, loose happy hour. My best girlfriend and I, Melinda Bertazzi, Melinda Mary now, sorry, was not into racing at all. And I said, I'll show you how much fun racing is. You have to join it. It's so much fun. You'll love it. It's great. So we go to Bradenton, and I'm going to show her in a streetcar how cool bracket racing is. We stage, and I'm going to deep stage because the car, was like a 16-second bracket car. And they said, excuse me, roll down your window. We don't have your tech card. And I'm like, okay. Roll down the window. Well, I put it in reverse to back out. And then they said, we found your tech card. And when the tree came down, I left in reverse. So that was, it's fun, happy hour. And she was like, okay, we can just drive to the nearest mall. We don't have to go back to the pits. We'll just come back tomorrow. And needless to say, people were fighting to get us first round. Like almost crashing into each other to get us first round. And we did go a couple rounds, so we redeemed ourselves a little bit.
That's great.
And like 2 years later, Melinda got into racing, won a $5,000 race. And I was like, see, it was all worth it, that leaving in reverse stuff.
Exactly. And we've all made blunders. I will share my greatest racing blunder with you after a couple of more beverages. But it happens. That's part of it. You got to be around. And Melinda, I remember when she and Anthony would come down to the Moroso 5-day bracket race. And that, that's pretty much an hour north of where I live. I live in Pembroke Pines, which is Fort Lauderdale area. Fort Lauderdale Airport's about 15 minutes away. So to get to Moroso, about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. So when the 5-day would come, I would go watch like the best bracket racers in the world. We saw Melinda and obviously Anthony and Peter and everybody, the greatest of the great, would come and race for $5,000 for 5 days. And it was the most entertaining thing, like the golden era for me. Now I know you can race for $1 million at a bracket race, but to just be involved and enter the race was a big, big deal. Tommy, what about
anything will top those days? They were so much fun.
Right. I don't know if you're going to capture the energy of those days. Tommy, what about you?
What about me? What?
The start.
You have to tell your most embarrassing.
Well, we're gonna
Oh.
Tell something embarrassing
Yeah.
after that. Come on.
I'll tell you the start, and then we'll get to the embarrassing part.
Yes.
Okay.
My dad bracket raced. My dad raced at a local track, a little 8th Mile place, Eddyville, Iowa, and I spent every weekend of my childhood at a drag strip. And I had a 3-wheel motorcycle, Honda 3-wheeler, and a bunch of kids had mini bikes and stuff. And this was way before junior dragster era, and I was 8 years old at the time. They finally said, we used to ride them around the pits, and they were afraid we were going to get hit by cars in the pits. So they said, we're going to let you race them. You can't ride around the pits anymore, but you can race your motorcycles. We'll put a little class together for all the kids to race against each other and get you out of the pits onto the racetrack. And that's when I started. I think I won the first 3 weeks in a row, and I thought I was pretty cool. I had this thing in the bag. Fourth week, forgot to put gas in it, ran out of gas. So that was a pretty embarrassing moment. That was a hard racing lesson to learn. But so I started from motorcycles and then graduated to cars and bracket racing. I think I was 13 or 14 years old, and did that. And then started Super Gas, when I was 15, and then a couple years Super Gas, then Alcohol Funny Car, then up to Top Fuel. So for Jackie, my most embarrassing moment would probably be a reverse moment. Alcohol Funny Car. Very first year in Alcohol Funny Car, went to Gainesville. This is back when we used to do the burnout, back up and do dry hops, and then we'd stage it, and then we'd go. Well, you got to take it out of reverse before you do the dry hop. And very first run at Gainesville in the Funny Car, did the dry hop in reverse, and let me tell you, reversers don't like reverse dry hops. It exploded the reverser, and we shut it off and pushed off. So everybody has a reverse moment.
Wow.
Yes.
That's good. Nobody likes to share their negative moment, but they're probably the most helpful to the new racers, right? To hear somebody they respect, that's had great success, that's just accepted as a pro, has had a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, do that once. Do that one time.
What was it like when you got back to the pit? Were they
my dad wasn't happy, that's for sure.
Hey, come on, kid. What's up with you?
What was that?
That is great. Selena's out there. She says, nice quarantine beard, Tommy. Yeah, everybody's fascinated with Tommy's beard. Get a little closer to the camera, Tommy, so we can just really appreciate the full standing of this.
It's gotten pretty big. I did a tweet a while ago. I says, you don't maybe not know this, but I don't shave between races. I hate shaving. It's just it's annoying to me. And I kind of like a little scruff, and my wife doesn't mind it. So if she did, I'd probably shave. But so I hadn't shaved. I shaved Friday of Phoenix when we were in Phoenix. I shaved on Friday morning. Didn't shave Saturday, Sunday. I usually never do. It's kind of just a tradition, or I don't know what you call it. But so then I didn't shave after Phoenix. Got to Gainesville, and it was getting kind of thick. And I'm like, got to shave Friday morning. Okay, no problem. Get to the track, and they call the event. And I'm like, oh, glad I didn't shave before we came.
There it is.
And now I'm like, I'm going to let it go. Just, And you know what the funny part is? So I saw my crew chief the other day, and I noticed he hadn't been shaving much. I saw a picture of my assistant crew chief and noticed he had a beard. Saw one of my guys the other day, Tuna he's got it going on, man. I mean, it's down to here. One of my other crew guys, Ryan, he's got one going. So I'm thinking there's going to be another social media post coming of the virus beards. What happened to all of our guys on our team? We all got a pretty good little beard going right now.
And if you want, you could start a ZZ Top tribute band.
They are my favorite band. They were one of my favorite bands. So I've actually watched the ZZ Top documentary while at home here. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool video. Yeah,
I didn't know that there was. Where is that? What is that? Netflix?
I believe it's on Netflix. Yeah, it's either Netflix or Amazon, but I think it's Netflix, and it's pretty entertaining. You learn a lot about how where they came from and who they are and how they got together and what I like. I've met Billy Gibbons a few times, and he's been to a lot of drag races and got to talk with him quite a bit. And now I kind of know the backstory with him. I actually wished I would have watched this before I met him.
Of course. Because then you would have a better understanding. It makes perfect sense. But he loves drag racing. They love drag racing.
He loves it.
I got to hang out with the misses out at the U.S. Nationals a couple years back, and they love drag racing, and that's it. Yeah, documentaries. Jackie, how are you staying busy? Well, first, let me tell you about my embarrassing moment before we forget about that. I felt you guys shared I have to share. So I started drag racing at Miami Hollywood Speedway, which you can see the starting line Christmas tree. I have moved it into the studio now. It was always in my bar lounge area. But that is the actual starting line Christmas tree. It used to be a 5-bulb tree. They cut it down to a 4-bulb tree. I restored it. It was like my first and only restoration project. But anyway, just like most track kids, the high school friends didn't really get it. They were not into that. And one night, 2 friends, a girl and a guy, came to the track to see what it was that I do. And I raced an 18-second, like a 1990 GMC pickup truck, my dad's work truck, but street class, and I raced it. And, I was pretty good. I won a lot in street, and they came out to the track. And so I was slightly distracted. Now, that's not an excuse. It's just a fact. So now we're going rounds. Saturday night, going rounds. Get down to the semi-final round in a big year. Like, I'm in the points. I got a shot to be somewhere really high in the points. And, I would always like lift the hood to let the heat out because it's a computer controlled vehicle, trying to keep all the parameters the same. Close the hood, go back, go up, go race. I'm going up against my friend Lee Neal, who is like one of the hot shoes at the track champion type caliber guy. He's a good guy, really nice person, still friends to this day. I leave the starting line, and this tells you when it was. 5:01 reaction time. And he's like 30, and I'm going down the track, and I'm looking back, and all of a sudden it's like the hood was not latched. The hood just came up. Now, it didn't fold back or anything. It just opened. And so now I'm thinking, okay, I know I crushed the tree. I'm good. The hood is open. Can I continue down the track with the hood open? It's going to slow me down. I'll be over the dial-in. I can maybe win. But this is my dad's truck. What if it folds back? It's just up. It's not destroyed. What if it gets destroyed? What if it cracks the windshield? Tommy, better than anybody, both of you guys, you can think like books of information in thousands of a second. So I decided to lift off the throttle, and I lifted. And then I got back on it, but he passed me, and I lost the race. And to this day, there are a lot of people that remember me as the guy who left the hood up, and the hood came up going down the racetrack.
Jackie, I know what happened. There was a girl there from school.
There was a girl there.
Yeah, there was a girl there from school.
It's always the girl's fault.
That's her fault. Track champion, if not. And friend, never have come to the track with me ever again. That's only track friends. That's it. I can't be entertaining people. It's obviously way less distracting. Exactly. We got some people out there. Al Blake is out there. What's up, Al? How you doing? Pam is out there. We encourage you guys to start watch parties. Those of you watching on Facebook, I know we're on YouTube and we're on Twitter, but there's that button, start a watch party. We've got like 2 premier guests here. We got Jackie Fricke and Tommy Johnson Jr. So let's start some watch parties. Selena is drinking on the deck out there in Tennessee.
That's where my wife's at right now.
Tennessee?
Yeah, my wife's out on the deck having a drink right now.
Oh, well.
She's really happy you're doing this because I had her working doing mulch too. So she was pretty excited I had to go do this.
The mulch, the home project. So Jackie, what kind of home project are you working on?
I'm going to ask Tommy, how many yards?
How many yards?
8 yards, 8 cubic yards.
Oh, please. We have 22 down 2 weeks ago.
Man, that's a job you need hired done right there.
Oh, that's what I said. But when I was home from racing for like the first time in maybe 6 or 7 years, I thought maybe we should do this ourselves.
Yeah, I'm a tightwad, so I tend to do it myself. So
it's not about that. You work the land. You feel at one with the earth. You get your hands dirty. You sweat.
I thought it was good exercise.
It is.
Yeah. I'm afraid I'm not gonna be able to walk tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
I'm about started about 9 o'clock this morning, and I'm 2/3 done.
Oh, you're not done yet.
Okay.
Oh,
we
no.
did take 3 days to do ours.
Yeah. I'm trying to knock it out in a day because I don't want it to rain on it. So I'm trying to get it out of the drive. Actually, I can't even get my truck out right now because it's in the driveway. So, and then
they force yourself to do it.
Yeah, they delivered the mulch at 8:30 this morning, and then at 10 o'clock, a truck pulled up with a load of lumber because I'm going to build a pergola in the back on the patio, and I'm like, I got too many projects. I have been so busy. I've actually been busier now than I've ever been ever. I got projects going on left and right, about 4 or 5 of them going at the moment, so staying busy right now is not a problem. I'm actually a little too busy.
Well, it makes sense. You and I feel this way too. I'm a little bit lost. I had finally gotten the schedule in, and I knew what I did and where I was going to go, and it had all worked out, even with the show. And then, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're doing something different, right? We're all dealing with this situation. So you got all this free time, and I've got all this energy. So I'm trying to accomplish everything. I just got back from Home Depot. Horrible experience going through the Home Depot wearing a mask. You can't wear a mask in Home Depot. It just feels terrible. But fence posts, that's my deal. I got to put in some fence posts, shore up my fence. I'm
going to give you a shopping tip.
Yeah, please.
So I've spent some time in the hardware stores because I've been building a lot of stuff, and
he's a builder.
I found the secret.
I'm ready.
They open at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, they do.
And if you're there at like 6:03, there's like 3 people there, and it is the best shopping. Nobody around. Get all your stuff you need. Nobody to bother you. You can get anywhere you want. I went last Sunday. I needed a couple other things. I'm like, I'm just going to run up real quick and grab something. And there was a line of probably 50 people waiting outside because they're limiting how many people are in the store. And I just made a U-turn and came back out. Monday morning at 6 o'clock, I was there, and I was one of 3 people. So that's my tip. Tip of the week is if you're going to go shopping, do it at 6 o'clock in the morning.
The Tommy tip of the week.
Yeah.
You're a total overachiever at 6 a.m.
Jackie, what time do you wake up on a normal day?
I wake up at 6:58 every morning. I have some sort of weird body clock that 6:58 and between 6:58 and 7:01, I wake up every morning, no matter what time I go to bed. Really odd.
No alarm? You just wake up?
Nope. Don't need an alarm.
I love it.
Yesterday actually was my niece's 18th birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We've been in quarantine for 38 days now, I think. And my 18-year-old niece decided she needed a change of scenery. Actually, both nieces needed a change of scenery, and they moved in with me. Now, I don't have kids, and no one would ever trust me to take care of children or care for children on this earth. So them moving in with me,
they're not children. Ththese are 18-year-olds.
Yeah, I know, they're not. You know what?
Thank God they're 18.
Yeah, 18 and 21. And one of them's saying hi on the screen right now, and she's the 21-year-old. Okay, another embarrassing story. We're in the car yesterday, and a cute little fan made our truck and trailer in Legos. So his dad sent it to me, and I said, "Oh, hey, we should put this on social media. That's so cool." And my niece said, "Well, you have to ask permission first." And I said, "Why?" And she's going to school to be a special ed teacher. And she said, "Because he's a minor." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, good thinking. You always think of the good stuff."
Yes. Don't go into special ed, go into law, because they're obviously thinking law. Do you have the Lego thing? Where is it?
I do. I have a picture.
There it is.
I'll find it.
There it is. She's going to find it. That's great. I love the show and tell aspect of this deal.
I thought this was so cool that this kid spent this much time to duplicate our car and trailer. It was really neat.
We have such great fans. We would love like 20% more, but the people who love drag racing, they love this sport so much, and we do. We get it more than we get it. Obviously, you're making your life, Tommy. Like you've fought Tommy Johnson. Every time I talk to you, I always talk about the struggle because it has affected me how much you wanted to be involved in this sport and all the things you did to stay involved.
Yeah, it's not been easy. I think drag racers have a passion and a really deep burning passion that. You have to really want to do this for a living or I mean, even if you're doing it as a hobby, it's still a tremendous amount of work. And, if you've been around any kind of racing, everybody's like, that's it. That's all the track time you get, So, I mean, the dedication and the commitment to get that little bit of track time, get that as huge adrenaline rush. It takes a lot of sacrifice, commitment, dedication. And it hasn't been easy. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but I think when I was, 16, 17 years old, and I made the decision, this is what I'm going to do for a living. I want to do this. And a lot of people are like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah. But it's worked out. I mean, it hasn't been an easy road, but I've gotten to do what I've loved to do all my life. And there's plenty of sacrifices that I've made that a lot of people wouldn't make. So, yeah, it's rewarding sometimes when you work harder for things. So I don't mind the challenges. I enjoy a challenge and some hard work.
It is. It's very rewarding. Jackie, a couple of years ago, you got your first win, and more came. What about
Reading? Wasn't it Reading?
Yes, on Monday.
Good job, Tommy.
I was there.
Yeah, I remember that.
40 people there. I'm very proud of that stat. Like I
think 38 of them were my family.
Yes, no, they were. And I was on the starting line, and there's, it's a sport of moments, and you know how much it means. And to just be kind of like near that moment on the starting line, watching like this family of people celebrate a milestone. It was a major bummer that it happened on a Monday after a rain delay, but everything happens for a reason. It was super intimate and private and special.
It really was. And, everybody's like, oh, you won on a Monday. It was way more special to me that my nieces and nephews got to skip school.
Yes.
I got to share it with basically just my team and my family. And it was just the coolest experience. And my home track, and Mike Lewis handed me my time slip. He stayed over, and just a day I'll never forget as long as I live.
Tremendous. Tremendous. Let's see who has that. Al says what's up, and Todd Logan is drinking out there in Boston. That's the whole idea. Everybody should have a beverage. Lady and gentlemen, cheers. Thank you very much for coming on WFO Live and having a little fun. Nanette out there from Hanks to Furs, of course. Nanette.
Hey, Nanette.
Big supporters of drag racing. Selena, the Buramax Grand. I got to get one of those Buramaxes. I think I could be.
Awesome.
I think Jackie, that's your mode of transportation out there. I got to get one. Dave Lay, stock eliminator, unbelievable Northeasterner. Santino, who's Billy. Yes to Jackie's sweatshirt. Looking forward to seeing you all soon. Cheers. What's the sweatshirt say? Need a vacation?
It's my company logo. Need a vacation.
Yeah, with accelerated travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my husband's genius idea. I had nothing to do with that. That was good marketing by him.
What, accelerated travel or need a vacation?
Oh, need a vacation, because no matter where you go, if you wear it, people are like, yeah, I do. And then it's really easy to hand them your card and be like, okay, well.
That's amazing. And you guys do a lot of drag racing related travel, right? Like for teams and people, and you've carved out a niche, like you got to go through, right?
Yeah, not the easiest time to be in the travel business.
Well, right now, it's not a good time to be in any business except for groceries and liquor.
When we got to Gainesville and I had to postpone 80 rooms and then do all the cancellations on vacations, the last 39 days have not been my favorite 39 days of life.
I can imagine. So you do a lot of that. You're hands-on with other people's travel is the point.
Yeah.
Oh God. I don't know. There are people who have jobs that I couldn't do their job. Like there's people who have jobs that I could do the job or aspire to do the job, like Tommy's job. Like, could I do Tommy's job? Like, probably not. Right. But I think I could give it a better go than your job, Jackie. Like dealing with 80 people's paperwork
so
and schedule.
Well, when 80 people at one time call you and they're like, and I'm like, okay, I get it. I know the race is canceled. You don't want your room anymore. And then you have to coordinate when they want to check out. Some of them still wanted their rooms. Some were going to test sessions. That's the first time. I've been in business for 20 years as a travel agent, and that's the first event that I've ever gotten to. The only other time was 9/11, when a race was had something similar to that. And it was the craziest thing to get to a race. And it was Wednesday or it was Thursday. We just pulled in the gate, and John, myself, and my sister and two nieces that normally travel together, our guy John, our car chief John, had called us and said, hey, they're going to cancel this race. And I'm like, no, they're not. That's just a rumor. And I'm like, I've heard that kind of stuff before. And he was right, unfortunately.
Yeah. Who knew at that time that we would be here where we are? A lot of people, this is the debate, right? Like, when do we get back? And this is my own personal opinion. I'd rather be a little cautious and stay in for like a couple more weeks than prematurely get out there and have to go back and do it again. That's all. I want it to be gone. But the idea that we come out just a little too early and it flares back up and we have to do this again, that is striking fear into my heart.
I'm ready to go.
Tommy?
I'm ready to go.
Too.
So you guys ready to get out?
I've had enough.
Yeah.
I actually sent John Fink a message this morning. He was talking about his company. He's done a lot with the state and stuff like that. And I said, he was telling me about his next couple of weeks. And then I said, and then can we go racing? Please? Pretty please?
Please.
Just testing anything? And he wrote back okie dokie. So I'm pretty happy.
Oh, there you go. So look, they've said it. There's light at the end of the tunnel, which I
got a gas mask. Let's everybody at the racetrack's got gas masks. Let's put them on. Let's go racing.
Gloves.
I'm with Tommy.
You guys, when you're ready to drive, you are as safe from everything.
I'm ready to put down the shovel.
Nanette wants to know where her tree is at. Where's the tree?
Waiting on her tree.
Waiting for my tree. I don't know what that means. Yeah, neither does Tommy. Mark says, nice beard. Tell John Fink I said hi. Says Mark. Hello. Let's see. What else? Tori's out there. Taylor and I were sent to the house to babysit Jackie. They were sent to babysit you.
That's probably true.
Yes.
I can't even deny it. You're right. Thanks, Tor. Thanks for ratting me out.
We're keeping you safe. That's what happened. Thank you, Tori. And that's how it's supposed to go. Mark Caruso out there just finished his show. He's got me like 5 shots deep, quarantine with Caruso. I'll send him a link in a little while. Barb out there. It was awesome. I met Barb and Charlotte. You guys were
so fortunate that my whole family races and we get to do it all together. It's awesome. My dad's 75 years old and still, I love you, Krista.
Krista is on the list.
Actually, that is my husband's favorite A-Fuel driver.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I wish such great things for the Greekette. And that's it. Man, it's so so much of a bummer. But what a year this was going to be, right? Everybody was so fired up, and we were just getting going. And of course, we've got to deal with this. But Krista, I want to have you on this show at some point. Jackie Norwalk Brainer wins double up. Let's see, Carl. Hello, Joe. Hello, Tommy. We got everybody is weighing in. You guys are getting more feedback than is typical. A lot of people. I can't even get through all of these. Either people are at home just starting watch parties, but we got a good. Nope. Barb says no. Everybody is fascinated by the beard, Tommy. That's it.
Me too. When he popped on, I was like, "What the?"
There.
Yeah, it's gotten a little out of control. Actually, I even trimmed it once, and it's still growing pretty good. But yeah, it's
you wear it pretty well.
It's in the off season and in the winter time, I'll let it grow out a little bit. I don't know that it's ever gone this long though. This is pretty big. Yeah, it's
I've known you for a long time. That's different.
It's different. Yes, it is. It's different. Yeah. It's what I find myself playing with it all the time. I'm like, it's become a toy.
And the beard too.
Yeah.
All right, you guys sent some photographs.
Joe has been drinking a while, hasn't he?
I saw him doing shots before.
It's an easy joke. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. By the way, that is an easy joke, though. Everybody coming in. All right, so you guys sent in some photos. Tommy did a really great job. And initially, Kathy Fisher was going to be our guest, and Kathy couldn't come on last second. We mentioned that, but you were the co-host of Performance TV. And you decided, like, man, I really want to focus on winning a championship. And so you did, which opened up this great slot, which I have been able to live my television host dream. Thank you, Tommy. And I support your attempt to win a Funny Car Championship. But, what's that like? That was a good time. Like, I know Kathy has the most positive things to say about you. You're a multimedia guy. You're in TV. You're doing a lot of different stuff in addition to driving.
Yeah, I tend to have a problem like doing too much, and it was during a time when I was not driving and was in between rides, and And, we all know Ted Jones. Ted Jones called me and said, hey, would you be interested in doing some TV for me? And I said, yeah, sure, no problem. And I showed up first day on the job and was like, what do I do? And he's like, here's a microphone, interview this guy. And I'm like, okay. So I was pretty green, but over time, Kathy was great. Kathy had done some stuff in TV and done a great job of teaching me and got me up to speed. And I think we did that 3 or 4 years. We did performance TV, and it got to be. Then I got back in the seat. I'd started a parts and supply company to all the pro teams, and had that going. Got a driving job again, and was still doing TV. I would go to the races on Monday morning. Instead of flying home, I'd fly to the studio, film for 4 days, fly home for a couple of days, fly to the next race, and it got to be too much, And my wife's like, how many days this month are you going to be home? So I just had to bow out of it. I hated it. It was great learning experience. I think it made me better for my job as far as media and understanding the media side of things. We always look at things and go, why didn't they do this? And now that you've been on the other side of the camera, now that's why they didn't do this. This is why they didn't do this. You understand things better. You understand timelines. You understand sound bites. Say something important and say it quick, and maybe that'll get in there instead of saying that's something long and drawn out. So it helped a tremendous amount, and very grateful for it. And I always told him, I said, I'm not quitting. I just taking a leave of absence, and someday maybe we'll come back and do something again. But it actually. I did some stuff for NHRA on the ESPN broadcast back when they were ESPN before Fox. And the reason was they saw the show that I was doing about performance TV, and they said, would you like to be we have a spot where we need somebody to do some interviews and be a pit reporter for a few races. So did that. And I think it's good to know the other side of things and help promote our sport and know how the media works and gives you a better understanding of how everything goes. So, yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Kathy and I had a great time. It was a fun show, and I know I see you post stuff, and I know the backstories about what's going on all that stuff, and it's scary, Joe, isn't it? Scary.
I gotta say
about stuff. You're like, man, I wouldn't start this thing after we worked on it.
I gotta say, Tommy, I think it's the best decision you've ever made to leave the show. I think it's the smartest thing that you've ever done. Driving a funny car is you got to focus. You can't have all these distractions. And so that was really great. And I appreciate it. It's given me the opportunity. I was able to fill in a couple of different people, but Kathy and I get along great. I love doing this show. The travel is challenging, but what is amazing is you meet all these entrepreneurs who've got the thing that's going to be the next big thing. And they are like, I consider it almost like Shark Tank in a garage, kind of like they're coming on and they got these interesting deals. And who knows, if it's going to hit or it's not going to hit, but you put it on the car and it's a lot of fun. That is.
Do you know how many things I've got now in my garage I use that happen to be on that show? And I'm like, wow, that's the coolest thing ever. I need one of those. Yeah.
I bet you one of them is the Magic Creeper. That is the best.
Magic Creeper, Evapor Rust. Man, that stuff's awesome.
So true. It really is. Now, Jackie, you, on the other hand, I'm looking for a picture. You can send me this amazing burnout picture, Jackie, and I can't find it. But it was, like driving the A fuel car. You told me that you like driving the car loose. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Like everything, you set it up to go fast. Loose is fast. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, when I first got into the car, I wasn't the most qualified of people to drive an alcohol car. If it wasn't for John Fink, I never would have made it. He had the patience of a saint with me. And the late Tom Jones. I drove for Tom Jones in a blower car, and it just, I'm so lucky I've always had great people behind me. I drove for Tom Jones, Joe Cantrell, and now drive for John Fink. And that's where it will end. When John hangs it up, I'll hang it up. Because I just have the best team and the best, just everybody together really goes well over there. Our team is what I consider the best team, personality wise, and we really have a lot of fun. But so I like now when you can go from A to B and something goes wrong in the car and it kind of, throws you for a loop, and they'll be like, oh, you were like way over towards the wall. And I'm like, no, that was fine. It's just a little bit more fun sometimes.
Right.
My poor sister, Amy, it gives her heart palpitations. She follows me all around the world, and she is such a warrior. So God bless her. She hates runs like that. I'm like, oh, so fun.
And you have aspirations to drive a Top Fuel car. I know there's been discussions, maybe not, professionally for points to be on the tour, maybe not that, but like to get the experience, like a nitro, I don't want to say nitro because you drive a nitro car, but a Top Fuel dragster or funny car. That's on your bucket list. And I know it's been discussed. Where are those talks?
Nowhere right now. And I always say, if John wants to go Top Fuel tomorrow, I'm in. I'll sign up. I would do it in a heartbeat. But I'm never leaving the team that I'm on. I am always going to race for this team, or I'll go back to my bracket car, or Super Comp. I still have a Super Comp dragster. But if John wants to go Top Fuel tomorrow, I'm in. 100% sign me up. I would love the ride. It'd be amazing. But where we're at now is I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. I just feel like the most lucky person on the world to just get to be on the team, not even get to be the driver, or just everybody on our team gels so well, and we all like each other. We all have a blast. I consider my team family, and that's hard to do. I mean, I know Tommy's been on a million teams, and they're not always like that. And I haven't always been on teams like that. And just where we are today, I'm never leaving.
Well, you're definitely rocking it with the fan base. And you always tell me, and I'm gonna kind of push a little bit here because Tommy obviously just said he's TV, and you do what you got to do. You have said that you're a little shy, but you drive this amazing 280 mile per hour dragster, and you win, and I like all that stuff. So, and I'm against shyness, as you know. I'll tell you all the time, Jackie. I don't get it, but I understand. You gotta.
I love WFO
so
Radio.
I'm looking at Tommy,
Oh,
laughing
yeah.
at you to say I'm
The
shy.
views and opinions of
Yeah.
the hosts, guests, or callers
Right.
do not necessarily reflect
Joe,
that of the station
I told him,
ownership,
Tommy, that I would
advertisers,
come
or
on this
agencies.
show if I could wear my hat.
We're
Well, I
talking
said, wait, do I
gourmet
have to be
coffee.
seen?
We're talking
Yeah.
hot sauces.
Yeah.
We're talking
And I
spice
said,
rubs. We're talking everything good
Can I
at
wear my
Rodax
helmet?
Coffee and
And he goes,
Grills.com.
all right, I'm signing
Marvin
you up. You
Rodak
can wear
been
your
doing
helmet.
it since
And I
the
was like,
70s. Figured
Well, wear
out
the
that
helmet,
life
Jackie. Like,
is
if you want
better
to do
with
that,
great
like,
coffee.
all right,
And,
wear the
he's
helmet.
so
That'll be
right.
weird.
817-924-6821. Call Marvin. He'll roast up some
helmet.
coffee fresh for
Tommy's got a bunch of
you.
helmets in the
Throw in
background
some
there.
hot sauce.
Actually, there's
some
a helmet
spice
to
rub,
hold my
and you
my
will be
tablet up
loving
right
it.
now,
Hit
too.
him up. Rodax Coffee
Hey,
and Grills.com.
I got on
Attention adrenaline
426, which is
junkies,
Sunday.
Frank Hawley's
We
Dragster
did a Timmy
Adventure
Day,
is calling
and I did some
you.
videos
Rides available
this last
for the
week. My wife
2020
filmed the
season.
videos
Go to
down here,
frankhawley.com.
and I
They're
wore a
coming to
helmet
track
in one
near
segment
you.
of the
It
clip
makes a
we did
great
videos
gift,
for,
whether it be
asking my
licensing
dog
for super comp, super
if she
gas,
knew
all the
what
way
day
up to
it
top
was.
alcohol. They can do
So
it.
I've had my helmet
If
on
you're
here
a drag
recently,
racing
yes.
fan,
That's
and
it.
You've always
Just to get back
imagined
into
what
it,
it might
you
be like
don't feel
to
normal
drive a
without the
dragster,
helmet.
to accelerate
makes
0 to
perfect
60 in 3
sense.
seconds.
I
and
understand
run
what she's
10s
saying.
and a
I do.
quarter
I get it.
mile.
I understand.
Give them a
I'm
call.
I'm a different person when I put a helmet on.
7223.
I'm a happy-go-lucky, nice guy. Put a helmet on, you better get out of the
you
way.
heard it.
And that's
on
the moment
WFO.
that everything.
Start your
goes
education at
by the
full speed
wayside.
with the School of
The
Automotive
helmet
Machinists and
goes on. Is that
Technology.
it, or are you getting the car,
Accelerate
the
your
belts, or
career as a
where's-
high-performance engine
what's
builder
the
with
flip
classroom
switch
instruction
moment?
and practical
Nah,
hands-on
that's when the
experience
helmet goes
in the
on.
lab,
You put
on the
the helmet
dyno,
on,
and at the
everything
track.
changes.
In addition to the blockhead and
It's,
CNC
it
programs,
goes from,
Sam now offers
nice guy
motorsport
to,
EFI tuning
I'm gonna
and an
rip your heart
Associates
out.
of Applied Science degree. And Sam is a military-friendly school, approved to train veterans and other eligible persons under the GI Bill. Start your education at full speed. Go to samtech.edu today.
Hey, engine builders,
always
Total Seal
translates
piston
no matter
rings
what
are the
he
leader
says,
in
it
ring
translates
seal
into
technology. And they go out of their way to help their
that's what he's
customers
really
and will
saying.
make custom
Don't blame
sets
us.
for any specific
But
piston you might have.
he grabs my
Customer
hand,
service,
and,
top
that's
notch.
my flip
Made in
switch
America,
I like it.
absolutely.
I like it.
They're located
Holly's
in
out
Phoenix,
there, Tommy. She
Arizona,
says,
and they've
"What's
got
up?"
everything
Oh,
it
hey, Holly.
takes to
Holly
develop
Vining,
the
of
world's
course. I let her
best
know what was
piston
going on
rings.
today.
Give them a call at
Mark is loving it.
800-874-2753
Loves
or go to
Performance TV.
totalseal.com.
They've been actually a big, really
You're
good
working in the
sponsor about
shop,
us.
you've
Everybody
got
with the
spills,
beard.
you've
About
spilled
the beard,
oil,
looks
it's everywhere. What are you going to
wanna
do?
try
I know
just
what you're
for
going to
men,
do, but
Tommy.
that's not the best
I've
way
already
to
done
do
it.
it.
I've
The
already
best
done it.
way to do it
My
is
wife
to go
bought
to
it for me for Christmas as a
magicdryus.com
gag
and
joke
order
because I'd been
the
growing it out a
official
little bit on the
organic
off-season.
absorbent
And so
of
in
the
my
National
stocking,
Hot
there
Rod
was a Just for
Association,
Men's.
Magic
So we
Dry.
did it a couple
It's
weeks ago.
lighter, it
Obviously,
absorbs
it's wearing
more,
out a little bit.
it's better
but,
for the environment.
It's amazing.
made
It
out
worked
of
pretty
coconut.
good. I was
It's
impressed.
made in
Really?
America.
Well,
MagicDryUS.com.
those guys,
They've got
commercials are
spill
very-
kits
I
that
don't,
include
my
everything
beard
you
used to
need
be red,
for a
as
regular,
weird as
normal
that is,
household spill,
and now it's
all
gray.
the way
And
up
it's
to a
just
large
like,
industrial
I'm not
spill.
having a gray
We always
beard.
say,
You know,
if
I'm
you've got a
just- I'll
cat,
shave.
get Cat Spot.
Yeah, you know,
if you've
my
got a
dad
shop, if
was
you've got a factory,
28
if you've
years
got a
old
spill,
and was
call
completely
Magic Dry.
gray.
That's
white.
MagicDryUS.com.
So I made
Subscribe
it
to WFO Radio
late
on
40s,
iTunes.
early 50s,
Never miss
got
a
a little
show.
gray.
And don't forget
I feel
to
pretty
write a
good.
review.
I'm okay with a little gray. I can handle it.
WFO.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they
This
say that men age gracefully.
is
Well, it's distinguished.
WFO
It is. It's very
Radio.
distinguished. There's another half of the day. I'm not going to say it. Kyle says that I need a beard. I am not growing a beard, Kyle. I'm against the whole beard thing. In fact, I think that this virus might be the end of the beard thing because everybody is growing the beards, right? And at some point, everyone's going to associate the beard with the virus, and they're going to want to shave it off after it's all over. And that will be the end of the beard thing. Carl wants to know if you still have the Hellcat as a daily driver. You had to give that up. What happened?
I don't. Yeah, I've returned it. I think it was about Pomona time. I had to give it back. Jack Beckman now has one. So, I wanted to keep it, but just wasn't in the cards. We're actually doing a kitchen remodel, and it was either Hellcat or remodel the kitchen, the kitchen one.
He's married now, folks. That's
Yeah, that's right.
a different thing. Adam Rhodes checking in. What's up, Adam? Tori, Jackie is when they call alcohol to the lanes, she gets scary. Explain that, Jackie.
Family's telling secrets.
Yeah, good job. Good job,
She's
Tori.
just downstairs. I'm gonna kill her. All right. The truth is,
I'll send you the link, Tori, if you want to refute anything she said.
No.
Just ask for it.
she'll really rat me out. She'll
Yeah.
she'll have fun with
I'll
that.
send you the link. You could be on here from your phone. Go ahead, Jackie.
The truth is, I worry about nothing. My husband will tell you that there is zero in my world that stresses me out or that I care about, really. And when they call us to the lanes and we start to go to the lanes, I might get a little bit stressed out if it's like a stressful round or if we're not qualified Tori and Taylor says that's different, Jackie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And in our pits, you're not allowed to yell. You're not allowed to raise your voice. You're not allowed to. We plan our schedule around fun. John literally picks the races we want to go to. We went to New Orleans because he has a tattoo on his arm of New Orleans and he likes it there.
Right.
And literally, we went to Brainerd because we heard the zoo was fun. Like all the places we've had success, we go there because we're scheduled to go to Seattle and Sonoma this year because that's on John's bucket list. So it's all about fun for us.
I saw you in the zoo. I remember that. That was a good time. I forget where we were, but I forget a lot about that. But
we all do.
That is a good one. Oh, Krista says she backs up Tori on that. You got to alcohol to the lane. Top alcohol drags her to the lane. And all of a sudden, ask Jackie who her favorite football team is. Who is it, Jackie?
Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles, baby.
You're
I bleed green. Good job, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, South Jersey.
Yeah.
Right? South Jersey. I get
God, I all of a sudden sound like a stalker of her.
Yeah.
I know all this stuff.
I texted.
No, we've been friends for a long time.
I was like I've said several times, so Kathy was going to be honest, and Jackie's the last second. I was like, do you know Jackie Fricke? And he's like, yeah, she's a great gal. I was like, okay, good. But, you never know. Like, I wouldn't want two people that hate each other like poison to be on, and that could happen. It happens. I don't know all this stuff that's going on, and every once in a while, Evan Smith, what's in the cup, Jackie? He wants to know what's in the cup, Jackie.
It's time for a refill. Strawberry vodka.
No, let's do it. I'm doing these shots because Mark Caruso got me doing shots earlier in the day. So.
My nervous niece has texted me, don't drink so much. It's cocktail Friday.
You're thirsty.
Cocktail Friday, and we're beyond halfway, guys. We're on the home stretch, I'm sure. Like last week though, Scott Palmer and Angie Smith and then Jason Logan jumped on, and we were going for next thing you know, we're 2.5 hours into it, and it was a little like So, Tommy, you have also had the opportunity, because I'm mixing in, we're having fun, but mixing in, you have had the opportunity to drive for like the greatest of the great of the great. Talking about, you know, the snake, obviously. Is this the shot of the snake? Is that, 1 second, let me get rid of it.
Yeah, that was one. Yeah, that was one.
But, you know, driving for Snake, and we're lucky to have him back out there now. He's around, right? What was it like being, all right, you're the kid who grew up going bracket racing with your dad. You're aware of Snake, like a god or an icon or whatever. Like, and then next thing you know, you end up driving for the guy. That's got to be great.
I got a good story.
At the same time.
I got a good story for you, Joe. This is.
I'm ready.
It's funny that you say that, because so I'm out and I'm doing the mulch this morning, right? And the guy shows up with the lumber for the pergola, and actually it was the mulch guy. Sorry, got my stories confused. It was the mulch guy, and he's dumping the mulch, and I said, yeah, my wife's off work today, and I'm putting her to work. And he goes, oh, what's she do? I said, she's in pharmaceutical. Oh, cool. What do you do? He says. I said, drive race cars. Oh yeah, what kind of racing? I said, drag racing. Oh, you drag racing? Like, I'll throw a name at you, like a Don Perdome. And I go, yeah, I drove for him. And the guy turned around like, wait, you drove for him? You mean the Snake? And I go, yeah, I drove for him for 7 years. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's pretty cool to say that you drove for the Snake. And Joe Gibbs, the Snake, Don Schumacher, Kenny Bernstein. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty cool. So been very fortunate. Had a lot of good breaks and a lot of hard work. It's just if you do a good enough job and you do it right, and it's not always what you do on the track; it's what you do off the track, and it's there's a combination. Now, I have a lot of young racers ask me like, I want to do this. What do I need to do? Well, where do we start? I can give you a lot of tips. Yeah, but no, how do I race? No, it isn't about racing. It's about the big picture. It's a lot of things that go together, but done a lot, probably made a lot of mistakes. Probably could have been a lot further maybe if you'd known a little more. I wish I'd had somebody mentor me maybe a little more, but for the most part, it's paid off pretty well. It's done okay. And I still screw up every now and then, and Don lets me know it. So you keep learning, no matter how long you've been driving, you learn every run. So I've always said the biggest thing about racing, if you don't learn something from every single pass you make down the racetrack, then you shouldn't be in the car. You're learning. I don't care what you do. You should learn something from every single run and just log it in your data bank. That's
outstanding. And just thinking about I don't want to ask, who is the most difficult? Who is your favorite? Like that, but Joe Gibbs, Don Prudhomme, Don Schumacher. These are people who have figured out how to be successful in a very difficult world. Like there's so much to be learned from them, and they all have their own thing. Like Coach, amazing. Like what he has done. And we wish, being in drag racing longer. I know he moved over to NASCAR and has done such incredible things.
I wished he was in it one more year.
Yeah, exactly.
We were pretty close.
The takeaways from them as people, what were you able to extract?
Each one of them has something different. I've learned a little bit from all of them. Joe, he was a big team people. Coming from football, he's all about the team. It's coaching and bettering everybody and everybody being on the same page, and it's all about team. And Prudhomme, he's the most intense competitor you ever meet. You better be on kill every run, because he is the most intense guy you've ever seen when it comes down to competing. And Kenny Bernstein, ultimate professional businessman, nice, clean, neat look. If we don't win the race, absolutely, we have the best appearance of everybody. We represent that company, and Schumacher is definitely all business. It is a tight ship run like a business. It may happen to be a race team, but it is 100% a business, not just a race team. So you pick up details and you learn things from all of them, and you try to package all that and make it better.
That's awesome. All right, are you guys ready to kick it into another gear? All right, quick beverage.
We're high gear only, Joe.
Exactly. No gears. We're going to bring on, I started the show doing shots with Mark Caruso, Mark and Camry.
Boy, this is another gear.
There we go. We're going to test the abilities and bring in Mark and Camry. Quarantine with the Carusos. Lady and gentlemen, how are you? Are you guys okay? Are you
I'm good.
You're good.
Mark
is not good. He's drunk. I get awesome. I don't get drunk. I get awesome. He's awesome. He's awesome. And Murder T, JT.
Oh gosh.
He's on there as well. And so now we are 5. It's become out of control. Are you guys okay? You haven't just been sitting there this whole time, have you?
Joe, they've played 2 more rounds of loaded questions.
Yes.
And I also like your background, and I'm jealous.
Which background? What, that carbon fiber stuff?
Yeah.
Cameron, we'll get together and we'll share knowledge because you're doing things that I don't know how to do. And I've got some things that maybe you don't know how to do, and we could help each other get faster.
I think that's a great idea.
All right.
Joe,
Racing.
Joe, may I say something?
Yes.
I want to back up one day.
Okay.
I want to rewind 24 hours, and I want to say a very happy birthday to Tori.
Oh, yes. 18 years
my
old.
18-year-old niece.
That's
Here's
it.
to Tori.
She can vote. Here's to Tori. Happy birthday, Tori.
Oh gosh.
I had a quarantine birthday a little while ago. Yeah, the quarantine birthdays suck. Actually, 2 of my guys. I got Ryan and Alex today. They're both birthdays today.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Ryan.
we're all doing quarantine birthdays.
Ryan is a real maestro.
Tommy, are you an April birthday?
Yeah, April 6th.
Oh, I'm April 5th.
Yeah, April 5th, April 6th. Yeah, me and the snake.
You and the snake. He shares a birthday with Snake. That's cool, but when you're on Snake's team, it's probably not cool because nobody cares it's your birthday.
Me and
No,
Ron Jeremy.
I won Vegas on his birthday, so he's happy with it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I do have to say that, Joe, thank you so much for having us on. And
Yes.
Oh,
Jackie, I miss you. Tommy Johnson Jr., I miss you. JT, I miss you. I miss racing. This
Wait,
is horse poo-poo.
Pause.
Yes.
I have to raise my hand in our we are going racing in 2 weeks, and I'm going to go 350s and a top drive. So just
That's fast. I like it. No, everybody.
Yeah, Camry's looking to. So apparently, the rumor is that Keith Haney is going to have a race in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the second weekend of May, because apparently Oklahoma is opening up the first weekend of May. So the rumor has it he's going to put on his Midwest Pro Mod Series, and Camry's looking to blow the scoreboards down when we get there.
Will they accept A-Fuel dragsters?
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah. That's it. All run.
John, are you listening?
Yeah.
The more the merrier.
I don't know. I think Don is fishing somewhere. It's just my guess. That's John, excuse me. But yeah, exactly.
No, he's working. He's a workaholic.
Oh, somebody says they're dirt racing in South Dakota this weekend.
they are.
Really?
750 tickets, and they sold them out in no time.
Wow.
Oh.
And in South Dakota,
Got to have a mask to enter the gate.
I'm okay with it. In South Dakota, there's 90 people there at all, period. They all go to the race. You stay a little bit away from each other. It's a balance. It's a balance, but we need to be able to stay sane. Sanity is important.
That's where I live. There's no one around here that's really. I mean, I think we've got 8 in our.
That's it. You're the mayor. You're the governor.
No.
The police.
I know. Which it's fine until you have to start ringing the bell at like Walmart or something. Then you're the only one that has to donate because you're like you're the one of the 8.
Kyle says it sucks you have to pay to watch online, though. I disagree, Kyle. Come on, you got to pay for some things, man. You got to pay people in business. You got to pay.
I don't know why so many people complain about this paying for something. I mean,
right?
We pay for everything we watch, and then, but oh Lord, I'm going to stay home from the race and not attend, but I've got to pay to watch it. And I
think it's a great idea. I really do.
Too.
Get it?
I'm in.
to pay.
Anything if I can stop watching the Trump news and all the news, not Trump. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's it's 2 hours long, Jackie. I feel you. Tommy said earlier that he learned on TV to be factual and concise, just because it's like there's only so much time that you can devote to certain informational things, and the 2 hours is a little long.
It's too much. Just come on, give us the facts, give us the information, and let's move on. You're going to be on again tomorrow.
Right.
Oh my God.
In case you forgot something, you can add it tomorrow.
Exactly. Like little notebook. Let's write it down.
That's all. That's all. No criticism, just like it's more broadcasting. Celine out there, hey, Facebook out there. But yeah, going back racing again is something we're definitely going to do. So it's good to see you guys on your feet, Mark and Camry. Mark, you're putting your daughter in one of these cars like Jackie drives and like Tommy drives. What is your goal for her? Like, where do you want to see her in 5 years? Like, what's the plan?
What is the plan?
So,
Dad, what's the plan, Dad?
Joe, that's honest to God, that is a great question.
It's what I do.
So, as you should. So my daughter, as a lot of us, she lives drag racing. She breathes it, eats it, smells it. Like if it was up to Camry, there's nothing else. It's just drag racing. And you know what? And I am to blame for that. I mean,
Jackie.
Camry was in her very first national event winner's circle picture when she was 6 months old. So it's totally my fault. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I am completely okay with that. But it's as Tommy and Jackie can attest to, it's very difficult to earn a living at drag racing.
Yeah.
We have a very successful family business that Camry she interned while she was in college. My father started the business. I'm second generation. Camry's third generation. She interned while she was in college. Once she graduated college, she came to work for us full time. The Freemans scooped her up this past January and got her out to Wynnewood. They wanted her to work at the zoo. I mean, at the race shop. So with Erica's car, and I am very grateful to them for that. That's awesome. So it's difficult to earn a living at drag racing. So I think that, Camry has, like a lot of racers, I wasn't very fortunate enough to have junior dragsters when I came up, but Camry came up through junior dragsters, and then she went to Frank Holly when she turned 16, got her super comp license, went back there for top dragster. She's going back there next month for door car because she wants to steal my seat because she thinks I don't deserve to go back in a pro mod.
That's not what I said.
I'm just kidding.
Not marketable enough.
Yeah, she is definitely not as tall as me. The shorter people are way more marketable.
Yeah.
I'm out.
So I think so. Her aim right now is pro stock because I think it is marketable. If she really wants to make a career out of drag racing, it's got to be one of the professional categories. And let's face it, she wants to steal my seat in pro mod, but it's not. She's gonna. It'll be a hobby. Pro mod right now is a hobby. It's not a full time. Let's.
I love it, Krista.
Make a career out of it. So the plan is right now, and I had a great conversation with Royce Lee today. Royce Lee Freeman of Elite Motorsports. The plan is definitely to get Camry in a door car and hopefully get her driving pro stock sooner rather than later.
I love it. That is great. Tommy, advice to young people to get in. We talked about you, starting this from like very young age, pre-junior dragsters. And Jackie, you can get in on this as well. You were a pre-junior dragster? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think you could be junior dragster age, but there's a lot.
You, but no.
I'm always very Jackie.
Joe, she's younger than I am, and I was pre-junior dragster.
Well, I now once you get to a certain point, age, what difference does it make? But I'm pre-junior dragster also. All you junior dragster kids, like, you have something that we didn't have. It was very, different, and you got all this experience, but whatever. Tommy and Jackie, your thoughts to someone like Camry who's like, I want to do this. What do you have to say?
Oh yeah, have realistic goals, and keep your head on straight. I see a lot of people come in and like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, and I think it's a more of a glamour thing. I mean, yes, you want to do it, but you don't realize the hard work that goes into it, and the hard, all the dedication it takes. If you want to do it, you got to do it, and it's going to take a tremendous amount of work. And if you complain once about the work, it's over. I mean, you have to really put in the work, and yeah, I mean, it can be done. It's absolutely can be done. It takes a combination of hard work and talent. You got to have the talent to begin with, but it can be done. And if you really want to do it bad enough, you'll figure out a way to make it happen.
Interesting. Jackie, your thoughts?
I think Tommy said it really well. I was successful in bracket racing and thought that I would come into Top Alcohol Dragster just because I wanted to do it. Just because that was a dream, and I was terrible. I didn't belong in the car. And like I said a million times, if John Fink didn't stick with me, it never would have happened. But he taught me hard work ethic, and we make the clutch packs together. I'm 100% involved in. I eat, breathe, sleep. It's my whole life. It is. I'm down at my rental beach property that's my second business that we're renovating right now, and I love being here. Anything to get me to a drag race, I'm there. It rules my whole life, and whether it be I could race a tricycle or I could race Top Fuel, and I would put the same effort into it because the competition is just, to me, it's everything. And like I said about, my team and stuff, I was lucky enough to land on a team that I absolutely love being around, and we have the most fun. Like, we dress up at Halloween. We have, the Pimp My Pit party for NGK. We're going to win it because it's fun, and we're going to polka dot our car. And, my family's involved with John, and we just have fun. There's so much fun to be had at our pits. And, we were joking the other day, if we don't continue drag racing, we're world champs this year.
Right.
Like,
I don't want to hear that. I'm second.
Just kidding. I want to continue, but our whole motto over there is fun. So I was lucky enough to land on a team that, but it's a combination. John expects a lot of hard work and play hard, work hard, play hard. That whole thing, John's got that down.
And that's strength.
From the top right down to the bottom. When the car goes in the trailer, we're going to have a lot of fun. Before the car goes in the trailer, you're going to work hard.
Sean Langdon wants to know what weight oil you're using in that beard, Tommy. The beard is for the show. No offense, Jackie, but Tommy. The beard, though, is really the star.
That's awesome.
The star.
It is getting a little bristly. It probably does need a little oil. I didn't know anything about beard oil, and I'm gonna say I understand beard oil now because it's like it's a little.
Wait, you use it?
It's a must.
No.
If you have a beard, you have to.
I've heard of beard oil.
Yeah.
I've heard of beard oil.
Yep.
I don't know.
Shark Tank.
I don't know what this is. What are you talking? You have to use.
Hey.
You do.
I don't know what weight it is, but I know what it is.
That's right.
I'm sure they have it.
Our guy that just came on 2 years ago, and I love him, John Osherman. He was like, and I'm like, what are you putting in your beard? What is that stuff? Apparently it is a thing.
Yeah, I'm sure they have it.
I use Honest Ones.
I've seen it on Shark Tank.
It is. It is a must for guys that have beards. Your skin gets dry underneath the beard. Yes.
Yeah, I'm still learning.
What does it do? Like, what is it that keeps the beard lubricated? What do you mean?
And then if you got a bigger beard like him, then you go more of a wax.
I need wax. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, it'll keep it more shaped as well.
Okay, yeah, he has a wax.
Yeah, because it does. It gets a little out here. Yeah.
Wax off.
Yeah.
I should not do this.
I know you should. handlebar mustache is really what's coming back, guys. Like everybody, back to the handlebar mustache, and we'll have something really good going on with that. JT, what about you, man? You're in the mix. You've been doing Fireball for the last hour and a half.
And I quit last Saturday morning, so I don't know why I even. After last week was pretty rough. You know, they just had a bunch of questions, and they take shots every time. So
I felt like I got out of there with easy questions.
You know, Cameron's with an awesome team right now with Elite. You know, she's with the people that know how to make things happen. They're proven winners, and I mean, you can learn so much from that group. And then you got like Alex Laughlin, who's blowing up social media and doing all the right things. Basically, you know, the things that I think that companies that want to sponsor anything in racing, they want a return on investment these days. And let's face it, man, social media has taken over a little bit. Like you get to kind of see how everybody lives and how everybody does their day to day. And, you know, Alex has done a great job embracing that. And I think that that's a good thing for young racers to learn is that you got to open up. You've got to show them. I mean, I know it's easy to say, oh, I don't care about that and blah, blah, blah. But it's part of it these days. You know, it's more than just putting the sticker on the side of the car, I think.
Absolutely. You got you brought us into like hardcore racing, marketing, advertising strategy all of a sudden. That was good stuff right there, JT. Good job.
I listen to Wes like every day, you know.
Well, Wes is like, he wants to be the next, Dr. Oz or something. Self-help. Motivated. He'll get you motivated. The guy who does my graphic arts, his name's Steve. He's a good guy. This guy, Brenwald Media, he's watching Wes every day. And so he's like, I'm doing stuff because of Wes, and it's actually very fun. It's fun.
He's definitely a hype man, you know, for us at work, you know, that's for sure.
Keep him motivated, Wes. Keep him motivated. Keep him doing stuff. I like it.
Joe, if I may.
Yes.
The whole reason that Quarantine with the Carusos even started was because of Wes. Like honest to God, we owe it all to Wes. He's had our back in so many different ways, and I have been a huge believer in Wes. I've like Wes for president. Wes should we should all take.
He's very enthusiastic.
You know, and he's got great ideas, right? I mean,
and he has about 100 of those ideas a day. You got to work in an office with him.
To be honest,
chaotic.
I really didn't like him that much until he hired me to do something, and then it's like, oh man, this guy's great. I got hired to do something. So you know,
I like after a few drinks, Joe's honesty comes out.
I'm very honest.
I didn't like him till he hired me.
Which is not true. I always liked Wes. Wes will tell you.
We were boarding the plane, Joe, when he called you. You know.
I know.
You go. Nope, no way I can make it happen. No way. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to try to make it happen. We're like super stoked, you know, like this is crazy.
Story, Tommy and Jackie. So the World Door Slammer Nationals, Brian Loans, because Brian Loans is the man. He's a good guy. He's got a standing relationship, whatever. It was going to be the guy. But he had a genuine personal crisis, was unable to go. Yep. So I get a call. I'm at a golf tournament, Bear Trap, having a great time by the way, surrounded by beautiful women. It was amazing. And Wes is calling me. I'm like, the cell service is not great here, but I did connect with him, and I was like, "Hey, all right, what is this? Are you in a jam? Like, is this a problem?" And he's like, "No, dude, problem." And so, if there's a problem, and I can be helpful, I'm going to be helpful. Like this whole thing, this drag racing thing, that's what it is. You know, if someone comes to you, Tommy, and they like, we're going to the semis, and we don't have an engine, you probably will help them. And so we figured out a way to do it. And I went up there and we did the race and we had a great race and it was great. And who knew that was going to be like the last drag race?
I know, right? I guess we're lucky that we even got it off.
Yeah. Serious. I was worried about it. That's what
I hope nobody recorded that.
I got it. I got what you did. I know. I'm always monitoring the dark world at all times. Jackie, what do you think about this whole operation? What's going on? You're having another sip. I understand where your head's at.
Taylor says that you might be getting a little tipsy.
Oh, there's back.
Actually, I just got a text from Taylor.
Conversations are happening.
I just got a text from Taylor, Jackie, and it says Jackie needs to be on next week's Fireball Friday.
I'm in. Oh, just don't. Joe. You were talking about energy drinks.
Yeah.
I once went to Vegas. Anthony was involved, and my drink for the weekend was Red Bull and vodka.
Imagine that.
It was 3 days straight. I love energy. I don't sit still very well, and after the third day, my husband said, "Listen, Red Bull and vodka is like good for you, not good for us. No, not anymore."
It's horrible. It is horrible. That stuff's horrible for you. Oh my God.
It's the best. I love it.
Jackie, Tito's water with a lime.
Yeah, but then where's the get the energy from, Mark? You gotta where did you get the energy from?
From the limes. I'm about 6 limes deep.
No, you do a shot. That's it.
My wife is Tito's cranberry.
Tito's cranberry. First of all, here's to Tito. If nothing else, I want to say thank you, Mr. Tito, for creating an American vodka that we all can get. It wasn't that long ago when Tito's didn't exist, and they came around, and I remember, part of the Buy American movement, Tito's, like, why would I, if I can get vodka from Texas, I'm doing it, baby. And Mr. Tito, thank you very much.
Hey, we went on our honeymoon last year, and we got in Australia, and my wife is like, they don't have Tito's? And we found places, we specifically went to places we could find Tito's because that's her drink of choice. So, yeah, it's even in Australia. They've made it big, Joe. They're good.
That's great. No, they're good. Tito is like 5 times distilled. Of course, the across the street rival Deep Eddy is like 7 times distilled. And I just love that they're making vodka in Texas. That's great. But why don't we have these sponsors in drag racing? Like, my goodness.
Exactly. After this podcast, they might be.
Yeah. Well, exactly. If Mr. Tito or someone.
I need a bottle of Tito's because this isn't made in America.
Yes. What are those like K's and X's?
Get the case. Can you carry? Listen, I'll send you some. I got cases of Tito's.
There's
cases. Okay. And I'll tell you what, Tommy, no, not even kidding you. With quarantine with the Carusos, so we've been doing this Fireball Friday. Fireball has acknowledged us and shared our Fireball Friday.
Wow,
we make some killer Fireball candles.
Tommy's got to do Fireball shots next week. I'll come on if Tommy will do Fireball shots.
There you go.
Tommy, hey, and we're gonna burn a Fireball candle instead of a Patron candle.
Oh, I love it. Right in the camera. Let me see that. These are the candles, folks. These are the candles that you can purchase.
That's badass.
That is badass.
That's pretty awesome.
Am I allowed to say that?
You sell those?
You are.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tommy,
I got Tito candles like crazy.
Listen, we're gonna make this a regular, Joe.
Yes,
we're gonna make this a regular thing on Friday, right? We're gonna start on quarantine with the Carusos.
As long as we're not racing, right?
Well, yeah, no, this is until race day. Until race day.
We'll try to work it out. We'll see. Push you back a little bit after Q2.
Hey, listen, anything we can do to help anybody out, that's what quarantine with the Carusos was derived from, was to keep the manufacturers and the racers relevant through this crazy ass time. Am I not allowed to say ass?
No, it's okay.
He said twice.
It's WFO Radio.
I just said ass.
Sorry. I'll take it back.
I'll say ass just so because
everybody say ass.
3 out of 5 have said the word ass, so it's now okay.
Okay, I'm gonna flip it. Let's take it back. Through this crazy ass belly button time.
He still said ass.
He did.
Good job, Mark.
My bad.
That's why he's so much fun.
I did, and I snorted too.
Yeah, that's all right. This
I
is
totally snorted. Okay.
So don't feel bad, Mark Caruso.
I do feel a little bad.
Last week, no, listen, it's not your fault. Okay, we're all quarantined. We're all stuck inside. Last week, Jason Logan, my great friend,
love him,
started at 2:00, and by the time he got to us, he was ripped, and it was great. And that's the point of the show. Tommy and me, we're going to be like, wow, this is great. That's why this happened. So I commend you. Good job.
That's the only reason I agreed to join, because you could do cocktails.
That's it.
Look at that.
Oh, wow. There's a nice one.
I love everything about it.
Yeah. Tito's candle right there, baby.
I'll take a case of them.
What's going to run me on Etsy there, Tommy?
Camry?
TA Candles.
I'll take a case of them right now.
Yeah.
So then every time somebody orders a candle, then you have to drink another bottle, right?
I'll take it.
So we started this. Everybody goes, "Where do you get all your bottles?" I go, "I got a lot of drunk friends."
No doubt. No doubt.
Wait, it's actually buy them, Dad, right here.
Camry's already on your website.
All right, Tommy, are you agreeing to Fireball Friday next week?
Yeah, I'll pour some candles this week.
Boom.
All right.
Love it.
Mark, we're in.
I love it. I love everything about it. Listen, that's what it's about. It's about, like, we just want to keep drag racing great. We want to keep our marketing partners, everybody, the racers, the series, everybody. Like, we just need to get through this. This is crazy times. It's uncharted territories. Camry's like trying to beat me up for something. I don't know what.
The whole thing about drag racing is that we are a little more real, regular, normal, down to earth. Some would say blue collar, however you want to say it. It's you go to a drag show. I talked to Tanner Gray a couple weeks ago on the show, and he's now doing NASCAR stuff. And he says the thing that he's noticed the most about being over there is like 5 o'clock when the whistle blows, everybody is like out of there. Like they just left their job. Whereas drag racing, people are there because they want to be there and they stay there. And there's a social scene and people have fun and they enjoy themselves. And it's just a different environment. And this is exactly what it is. People want to be around each other. They want to have a good time. They want to, enjoy and go do fireball shots and hang out. And that extends after the race is over. Tommy, I've been in your pit after you've won races. Like you guys hang out, you enjoy it, you savor it.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was telling somebody the other day, we were talking about, so you talk to them? I go, well, yeah. I mean, Jimmy Prock lives across the street from me. And my neighbor says, do you still talk to him? Well, yeah, I talk to him. I'm like, we're all competitors. We battle it on the racetrack, but we're, I don't know, it's a brotherhood. It's a tight-knit community. We all get along. There's a couple of them you probably don't, you're not going to go out of your way to socialize with them. But for the most part, 90% of them, we're all friends, We're all trying to do the same thing, and we're all having fun, and we're all, it's a small community. If you look at, we're talking about the virus numbers, and this number, that number. Drag racing's a really small number, but it's a cool number, and we're a community. We're all together, I'm friends. That's why I do it, actually, is because of the people. I love racing. I love the competition, but I love the people. I love being with the people. I would miss that the most if I wasn't doing it. I would miss the people.
Yeah.
These people are great. I mean, drag races are great. When we got broken into, a month or 2 months ago at Drag Illustrated, I made a post, about if anybody has any information, and the, in our small town, the detective said, JT, I had people from South Carolina and North Carolina call me if they wanted us to go up there and help them. I mean, it's just crazy how that everybody will lend a hand,
Somebody just asked about mixing with Mellow Yellow. Tommy's mixing with Mellow Yellow.
Yeah.
I saw it on the screen. Somebody said nobody's mixing with Mellow Yellow. I'm like,
I am.
That's energy right there.
I need ice.
That's why I just said to Cameron, Cameron, can you go get me some ice?
Yeah.
Tori, would you mind coming upstairs and getting me some ice?
Yeah, Tori, let's get with the ice, okay?
Mark, you want this bottle back?
We need to deliver.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that bottle. I'll take that bottle.
Mark, take it.
That needs
I need that bottle.
Mark, make it work. You're not doing it right. JT, hand it to Mark.
I'm
Here it is.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's pretty good. I'm impressed.
Genius.
Good job, Mark.
That's it.
I'm impressed.
Got him. Hey, listen. You know what? That Tommy, Jackie, Joe, Murder T. You've nailed it. Cameron Carroll. You've all nailed it. Listen, the bottom line is we're a community, we're a family. I don't care what class you race, we're all drag racers. We all love what we do. We're all Americans, we're all human beings, we're all people. Okay, maybe we're not all Americans. Camry said. I'm Italian American.
I'm adding
America. Fine.
I'm adding someone to the mix.
I think someone's in the waiting room.
Wait.
My twin, Jackie.
No, it's not.
That's the
Oh
one.
my gosh.
Oh my god. Oh, I nailed it. I'm my bad.
I get called Courtney, and I'm like, oh, bless your blind soul.
I get called Jackie Fricke more than I get called anything in the world. Anything in the world. People are like, are you Jackie Fricke's sister? I said, yes, I am. Yes, I am.
All right, JT.
Yes.
We're going to give this to you to give to Courtney. You ready?
Huh?
Oh, this is gonna. I might video this.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Ready for me?
I'm ready.
Hand it off. Hand it off. Oh my God.
Got him.
A history
Go.
first on Friday Cocktails. The Freeze Queen Fireball Pass has been completed. I need to have.
I just called for ice. If Tori doesn't deliver, we're in trouble.
Oh my god! I feel like spiking a football right now or something. I mean,
You guys, listen, that was the best thing you've ever done. That was the best thing you've ever done. That was just tremendous. Like I'm stunned that you're able to get it off.
we should all probably have a shot.
I know we should.
We're missing Tommy.
We should do a shot.
Oh, he went to get ice.
Or a
Gotta
bottle.
wait on
Fireball.
TJ. I haven't even got to say hi to TJ yet.
Yes.
He's
exactly.
He
coming.
just went to get ice. He'll be right back.
Hey, I want to
called
see
for
on
ice.
the
I'm hoping
comments.
she's-
Well, let's take two. Let's do one now when comes back.
Oh boy, this is the gap.
My ice girl just came.
Joe, do you know what you've done here?
What?
Just by bringing all of this together.
Yes.
Thank you, Selena. What a big microphone I have. It's Wes Bucks.
Yes. What is that? Sure SM7? Is that what it is? Because that's what
Courtney's new name is the Wet.
Joe, you got the? Are you drinking out of this shot glass?
No. I have my New York Yankees 28th World Series champion shot
Tommy,
glass.
ice.
Cardinals fan, but you know.
Hi, TJ.
Best when it comes to the series. You're behind us considerably. But
Tommy,
Here we are.
My ice girl arrived.
have the ice girl get on the show. There.
That's the birthday girl.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You know, people are having fun when they start moving the cameras.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Hi,
good.
Angie Smith.
Angie's out there.
I had to pee.
I already know.
Matt?
I already know.
Well, that's what Palmer said last week. He's like, he knew that he was getting into the show when the time was
Yeah,
the restroom.
we need TV timeout, so I took it.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yes.
So in honor of my crazy ass daughter, can I say ass?
You've
I'm
got
not crazy.
Only for the 15th time. Go ahead.
Do I get kicked off on the 16th time?
No, we all had to drink, and I was out.
that's it.
All right, I just want to say in honor of my crazy daughter, because she'll like if somebody says she gets to go to the drag strip, they can put her on a nitro Harley, she'll show up. Matt and Angie Smith, if you guys ever want to come on Quarantine with the Carusos, I'd love to have you. You guys are awesome. Love you both. That's all I want. That's all I wanted to say, Joe.
That's the emoji Mark always sends in a text.
He's like,
I do. I send the double though.
You've got your
I love it.
3 weeks of shows booked right from this.
Mark's definitely a lover when he drinks.
Is Selena Petrucci calling me a creeper? Because I'm gonna like go crawl in a hole if she is.
Yeah, no, he gets all. No, Selena it's a general statement. It has
Oh,
nothing
okay.
to do with anybody.
Because I didn't think I was a creeper.
Yeah,
I'm a lot of things, but I didn't think it was that. Like, I mean, I've been called a lot of stuff. Like, I'll take it.
You should just move on because Angie has confirmed. Yes, she's down.
Oh, Angie's in.
She's down. So that's it.
Love it. Love everything about it. And I
Are we
love
doing it?
Selena. So like, I didn't think she was calling me a creeper because like she's a great fan of.
You know what? Let's take a shot and forget about it.
Yeah. It was Selena who was calling you a creeper, by the way. It wasn't Angie. Just so you know.
Okay. I love
Cameron,
everything
can
no
you
matter
do
what.
some of your questions? I love them.
What's that?
Cameron, your questions.
Oh,
They are so fun.
Is that a cool game or what?
I learned from
Yeah, I love
Courtney.
Courtney,
I'm
help.
a mess.
It's a team effort. It's always
All the
like
cool kids are.
What
Listen.
Courtney said, I'm a mess.
no different than drag racing. So quarantine with the Carusos, Fireball Friday, everything. It's a team effort. Like it's no different than drag racing. So hats off to Courtney. JT. He's usually the hot
One
mess
time.
of the crew.
I have an important question. I want to know if the people watching think. Wait, can you put me and Jackie on the screen?
I can't. Stand by.
Hold on, let me get rid of my daughter. Hold on.
I want to know if the people think me and Jackie look alike.
Oh, your hair's up. Hold on.
I think it's real. But your eyelashes and things are done, mine are not. So I think so. The world tells us
No,
this.
I don't have eyelashes. I just put mascara on today. I put
You
makeup
gotta get
on.
closer to the camera, otherwise it's not working. Get a little closer. That's good.
What do we think? I think we could pass.
I have a very
That's what I get
And
told all the
especially
time.
with sunglasses on.
Mhm.
your faces have the same oval shape. You're very similar. Jackie's.
That's very important stuff for your show, Joe.
It's a pretty good disguise that one's East Coast accent, one's Southern accent. Not going to work.
I know because Courtney can tell you, go screw yourself, and it sounds nice. And I can say hello, and it doesn't sound very nice.
What's your vertical on the starting line? What's your vertical on the starting line?
What's my what?
Vertical on the starting line.
How high
Is it
can
as
you
high as
jump?
mine?
Oh.
Yeah, how high?
She's usually in the car.
When your sister wins the world championship.
Oh, no.
Courtney's great, but she gets the kick up there.
Hold on. I'm going to give you that. Just give me 1 second to get a video.
Oh!
She's getting a video.
Yep, my husband won the division, and I jumped like it was the first win light I've ever seen in my life.
Send me the link.
We went to. I will.
All right, I just want to say something real quick.
Taylor says you can't jump.
Okay, I'm not gay.
Don't make me tell about your last drunk night at Gainesville, Taylor.
Listen, I am not gay. This is my girlfriend, but I love Sean Fricke. I love everything about him. He's a badass mother effer. Just saying.
There's something about my husband. He was on a Zoom call for Division I last week, and all the guys love my husband.
That's weird. That's weird.
Adam will absolutely tune in. Adam, go ahead, comment. He named him McDreamy.
McDreamy.
That's true.
Joe, your show has taken a turn.
I'm aware.
Otherwise.
Bull, Courtney. You just gotta hang on as long as you can. It's like riding a bull. Tommy, who's the dog?
That's Gypsy.
That's Gypsy. Tommy has
That's my baby.
People are adding.
Yeah, that's my baby.
Mark wins on this.
It used to be my wife's dog, but then we got married, and now it's my dog.
Oh, that's great.
Tommy, I love the beard.
You like it?
It looks
I
awesome.
love it.
It does look awesome.
That's off McDreamy. Okay,
I love it.
I wore a flannel shirt the other day. My wife called me a lumberjack.
You're like Al Borland.
Adam says he'll kill anyone.
For McDreamy,
I usually
he
say-
would.
in the comments.
My comment is usually I'll kill everybody. So
John Gilbert loves Courtney's mic. Courtney, you get a lot of pub for the mic.
I wish I could take credit for it. I have to say it again. I'm on the West Buck setup here. We have a temporary West Buck setup.
Wes knows. Wes gives good mic.
Wait, where are you?
Let's get good mic.
That's badass. Where are you?
Where?
I'm at our at the shop in Fort Worth.
Elite HP, Courtney.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, it's Elite HP, it's Kings Ridge Media, it's Drag Illustrated, it's Type A Motorsports. There's a lot happening here.
Great.
Really?
If you haven't watched, they've got this new Elite All Access show, which is
No plot,
no
no talking,
reality.
no nothing.
It was
Reality.
something. Unless you like hearing Richard say the F word, then it's great. It's because it's.
That one was a little rare because it was golfing and he's
They were
not
playing
great.
golf. They were playing golf. Taylor,
He's not great.
why don't you stop saying the word? Jack?
Sorry, Taylor.
Richard and Royce and those guys would be the main characters of that show.
Can I raise my hand to talk?
Yes. Go ahead, Mark.
I'm just very glad that Taylor is saying Jackie needs to stop saying ass, because ass is not appropriate for this show. So if you could please stop saying ass, Jackie, that would be freaking ass.
Jackie, the last time I was on Joe's show, I cussed too.
He did. It's okay. You know, this is the internet. We can do anything. It's okay.
But I don't ass approve it.
Right. Exactly. She's from Jersey.
So my husband's getting cocky. He wants to know which one of the
cocky.
divisionals. I've won 10. I'm like, no, the divisional championships. You only have 2 of them.
Wow.
He wants 10?
Get him in here. Get him in here. He can do a
That's
shot.
why he's my hero.
No communicating from off.
And he can install cabinets. I've been very impressed. Listen, if shit doesn't work out in Jersey,
Oh.
he listen. If shit doesn't work out in Jersey, like if your governor screws it all up,
You can't say shit, Mark.
Hey, he went from ass to shit.
Yeah.
listen, if your governor makes an ass out of everything,
Can't say ass either.
your husband has a job with me installing cabinets. That's all I'm saying.
Mark, it's absolutely annoying. The guy can do everything, and he's good at everything. Like we
That's
just
annoying.
took on this project, yes, but I can't even. Thank God he's good at everything.
That's why he's my man candy.
Why do you think you're married to him?
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, duh.
Bring him on.
Somebody's got to pick up the slack in the relationship.
Hey, everybody got to be somebody.
Is he going to have a shot with us?
Tell Sean to come
Yeah.
out here.
Come on, Sean. Get in here.
Get in
All
there.
right.
All right, Camry.
Can we
Who
take
are
a
you calling
selfie? Should I
Yeah.
take a selfie?
You do that. You're in charge of selfie stuff, Courtney.
There we go. Everybody put it in.
Jack,
Blue
wait,
chips,
Tommy,
blue
So
chips
you have
out.
to smile this
Tommy, get
time.
in. It's a selfie. Get in. Everybody get in.
3, 2.
Well, no, not yet.
Jackie, where you at? There you are.
Is
Wait.
there lag?
We're waiting for another person.
It's lag.
Ooh,
Her husband's coming on.
there we go. Got it.
Oh, it was Joe. He was out.
I was in. Oh, I'm in. I'm always in.
It blanked out for a second, Joe.
Are we doing this?
Oh,
or
really?
no?
We did it. We did it.
Way done. Where you at?
So wait, I got a question, Joe.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Have your players ever? Have your not
Players.
players? I'm sorry. They're
Yes.
usually players when they're on our team.
You'll always get an invoice at the end of this.
So
Not me.
have your guests ever played loaded questions?
No.
I think we should do it.
Oh my
It'd be
God.
a great way to end the show.
Oh, listen, I am not in control of this deal at all, obviously. So
You're not.
I'm aware. I'm down for it. If you have questions prepared, fire them up.
Oh, I saw somebody. Who's that, Jackie? Somebody's behind
This
you.
is Torai.
Tori,
Okay.
Get in there,
That's-
Tori.
Come on, Torai.
That's the birthday girl.
Great. Okay.
We should-
Happy birthday to you.
Birthday.
Happy birthday to
Aw.
you. Happy birthday, Tori.
Wow, that's awesome.
What's that,
I
Mark?
don't know. I didn't
That
know
was
that.
good, Mark. That was very good.
Best birthday
Listen,
ever.
I wish Tori.
Okay, I have it.
What party?
I can jump.
All right.
Oh, this
Here
is a
comes.
while. Just give me a
Here
second.
comes.
Video.
Here it comes. That's in this Firebird.
Like, come on, Sean.
Jump,
John.
Playing
Who's
it
John?
cool. Playing
I
it cool.
did jump. I got a little jump.
Hold on.
Very relaxed, nervous.
No,
And-
no, not relaxed. Or
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Jason
that.
Kenny had to tell me he won.
Wait a minute. Who's John?
That was cute.
Oh,
my
that's
goodness.
John.
What in the heavens? Mark Caruso.
Oh, that's funny.
Mark.
That's funny right there.
Mark. You should be so lucky, Mark.
Hey, everybody got to be somebody.
Everybody's got to be somebody.
Jackie, that was great. It's so great that you got very excited. Winning at drag racing is very hard. Very few people get to experience it. And so that was very cute. But Courtney's got you beat on vertical. She was way higher than you were.
Way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
But Courtney is
That's like
I don't know what happens to me. I tell myself when my heart rate's like 195 and she's racing Greg Anderson the first round of like the finals, and I'm like, Courtney, don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. And I say it over and over again, and then the win light comes on and Courtney's an idiot. I just lose it. I don't know. I just lose it. It's so happy. It's like all of the crap that stays here when you finally win. It just goes.
We're definitely sisters because I have that same conversation with myself. Don't be an idiot.
Don't be stupid. Don't act like you want to be seen and jump.
Fist pump. Just fist
No,
pump.
I had some fan one time. He told me, well, more than one time, but recently told me that he feels like I act the way that I act for attention. And that's why I always post all those pictures and all the videos from when I was like 5, doing the exact same crap I'm doing now. Like, listen, y'all aren't special. I'm not putting on a show. This is just some extra. I'm just extra.
There it is. Everyone's loving the Mopar Cup, TJ. Courtney, just so
it lights up.
I have now watched Right on Track. I have completed the movie. I have seen Right on Track. I have enjoyed it. I've appreciated it. I've understood it. I am now a member of the people who have seen the movie Right on Track.
Do you feel like you know me better?
No.
I haven't watched it.
I knew you previously. All right, there we go.
You haven't watched it? Who hasn't watched it?
Hey!
You can't hear.
Huh? What?
The other earbud. That's it. This is off the rear. Yeah, I had never seen Right on Track. I finally watched it because it's available on Disney Plus, and it's actually a great movie, Courtney. Like
it is. It's like do all the things you can do.
Except seeing Erica going to the net.
What?
Sean's gonna go get a drink and do a shot with us.
Bam.
All right, another shot. Let's do it.
No, I mean,
I have a racing related statement, Joe Costello.
Yes, I'm ready.
TJ.
Yes.
My last racing memory that I have, NHRA wise,
was shooting me out the windshield in the winner's circle.
Yes. With Erica and I, we totally busted through his winner's circle. We drove the bitch back, and we drove through his winner's circle, and we didn't care. He was taking the sweetest picture with his wife. It was so cute. You can see it in the video where we interrupted, and his wife
waving.
They're both just waving, and we just interrupted their winner's circle, blew right through. That's the last racing memory that I have.
Hey,
I'm jealous of Drive the Back.
Isn't it so cool?
Shit. That is the shit.
I could do that. I was like, would that be okay, or would that be frowned upon?
I gotta admit, that's awesome.
I don't think ours would have started.
You'd have to get the starter on it and everything. And
I don't think it would have ran back to the pits.
Yeah. But TJ, do y'all?
Could I just idle it back to the pits?
Y'all. Yeah.
Do y'all get mad? We had a fan tell us that we interrupt y'all's winner circle when we do that, and that y'all should be mad at us.
I don't think there was anybody at that point mad.
Like, that's cool, right? You like to see
yeah.
that blow through.
Oh yeah.
That's her staple. That's awesome.
We were gonna pour beer on your car when you went by, but you were too fast.
Oh my God! Next time, please
awesome.
do it.
Yeah.
You gotta
I put cheesecake on it in Phoenix.
Yeah.
But what?
I put cheesecake on the car in Phoenix by mistake.
There's nothing.
It wasn't by mistake. You were totally did it on purpose.
The winner circle party is the ultimate. I'm actually surprised more fans don't hang out for that, because that's like,
dude,
it's so intimate.
It is.
Alex and Mark drove it back too. So did Jed Coughlin. I mean, that was pretty cool that they all kind of stole Erica's deal there, and drove it back.
That was Cameron's idea.
We can't take credit for that. I have to say that Jeg Coughlin Sr. did it first in the 70s. So Jeg had mentioned it years ago. Yes. And then Shane Gray did it one time. Like, I don't even remember what race, because I'm a jerk, and when we lose, we leave. But he did it one time, and then Erica said, well, if we did it, could I claim it? And I said, well, you can't claim that you started it. So we just tell this disclaimer that we took it from Jeg Coughlin Sr.
There it is.
It's awesome, though. I mean, I think that
I'm live on Facebook right now.
I think
mute him.
Yeah, I like Mark is like.
I think you ought to like stop it and then like music stops and you go drive that back and then boom.
You've created.
You want to edit it?
You've created a thing.
No, that's hi.
Yeah, and so
any chance you could drive that bitch back?
What's that?
I said, Tommy. Wait.
Let me shirt. What? I was talking to my wife. I'm trying to get her to show her shirt.
Show her shirt. Show the shirt.
Yeah, come here. You got to show her shirt.
To lift up her shirt.
She's so shy.
I know.
She's so Jackie. She's so Jackie.
So Jackie.
Zip it, bozo.
That's the thing.
Her sweatshirt says my favorite season's racing.
Me too, Amy.
Yeah.
Me too.
And like you guys both won, Courtney and Tommy, you guys both won Arizona together, and that's the last national event. Like thinking
most recent winners.
Yes.
It is special. Eric and I were
the longest ever most recent winners.
Yeah. No, Eric and I were talking about this yesterday. There's a picture of her and Andrew Hines from the World Finals. And like, they don't talk a lot. They're not great friends. They're friends, but I mean, they don't like text on weekdays or whatnot, but they had a selfie. And we were kind of talking about how it is special when you guys share a winner's circle together. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's almost like a little moment in time of where you had that one special thing together and you really don't forget that. And you kind of take those little things together and people don't really get that. They think we're all in the same circle and we all are just in this one bubble, but we don't see each other, but in the staging lanes high and by. And those are like really special times that I think fans don't even realize.
It's weird because, you're busy all day long and you're going around, you're doing your thing. And then you win the race and you get in this mellow yellow truck and you're going to ride up the track. You're like, oh, hey, you won? Oh, cool. Like I have no idea who won what class, and you get in there, you ride up the racetrack and you start talking a little bit, it's funny you say that because lately, the last few times I've done that is like, wow, this is so cool. Cause I don't know who won what. I'm so focused on what I'm doing. It's that little meltdown time and you get it.
But it's
you talk about what happened.
Nobody else will ever be
nobody's
inside.
there. I mean, it's cool. It's nobody's there. Yeah.
But you say that, but we realize that. I mean, and we've tried to like capture that on NHRA.tv, which you may recall. Courtney, you might not know this, but Tommy knows about this. And look at that. Who's Wesley?
Wes Buck's calling.
Wes Buck is calling. He says, "Get off there."
Hey man,
mute him now.
Yeah,
he's just working at the office.
Just working. But we've captured that. Like that moment is captured on NHRA.tv, and they kind of put me in there, and they're like, try to make something of this. And the debrief that happens between the drivers, looking at each other's ET slips, and you're not like, I don't want to use the word famous, but, none of that matters.
No, you're in a different bubble than the rest of the people watching that are. You are.
Just racers who have won the day, exchanging information. It's the coolest thing ever. And we did a couple on NHRA.tv, and they were starting to go really good. And, of course, we're stalled out right now. But that's great.
It's funny because I'll come home and say, hey, how'd so-and-so do? I go, I don't know. What do you mean? You were there. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they don't get it. I didn't see it. I don't even see what other foot cars run.
I know what the car in front of me did. I was strapped in the water bar. I saw what they did, but other than that,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so JT is on the phone line, and he's going to do something. What's happening there, JT? What are you doing?
You're on a show?
Yes.
Are you
No,
you're on, JT.
We switched from Fireball Friday to Joe's show.
Yeah. We can hear you, Wes. Everything you're saying is going out over the air.
Wes, are you in Kirksville, Missouri?
No, he's here.
Oh, see? You're out of town.
Yeah. It's after 5, Wes. You're no longer in control.
Yeah, to finish that, Joe, that's why I always say, and I boast about that, I have the best seat in the house because I feel like there's a place that I see and things that I get to do. And I'm not necessarily good at what I do, but I'm in a good spot to put a situation out that most people don't ever get to see, like TJ talking to Erica or Antron talking to him or whatever it may be, people who would never be together in the same room on a Sunday.
No, and that's if you like drag racing. And that's what I always say. Like, if you don't like drag racing, then you're not going to get this. But if you like drag racing, we have the best seat in the house. And to be able to go over to Tommy and JC after a win and talk to those guys. Or
like driver intro behind the stage at driver intro. How cool is that, Joe?
It's the best. It's the best.
Drag racing is taking us clear around the world. Like even in my job with a magazine, it's taken me to Saudi Arabia and everywhere else. I mean, people are like, "You're crazy for going over there." I mean, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome.
So I can tell you a story. I've raced in Europe, in England, Finland, Sweden, Abu Dhabi, Australia, U.S. I've been to a drag race in New Zealand. It's totally different countries, totally different cultures. When you get to the drag race and the drag strip, 100% exactly the same.
Really?
Is it?
That's
100% exactly the same. I sent Joe a picture today. I don't know if you got that picture, Joe.
Which one?
It's me in the pits in Abu Dhabi with a bunch of guys.
I didn't
You
see
should
that.
have it.
I didn't
Oh,
see
you should
that.
have it.
Keep talking.
Okay.
You keep talking. I'll find it.
Okay.
You keep talking.
So we warmed the car up. We were racing in Abu Dhabi. Warmed the car up. You know how everybody runs to the back of the trailers when you're warming the car up? And I shut it off. We get out. And I turn around, and it is a crowd of people. They all had robes on. It's the same thing. I mean, it don't matter what culture you're in or what your beliefs or what anything. They did the same thing. No matter what country we're in, exactly the same thing. It's so cool because I don't care where you're at in the world. I flew to a lot of different countries and raced top fuel dragsters in a lot of different countries. And every time we got to the racetrack, it was exactly the same thing.
I got to tell you something real quick. So we win the World Door Slammer Nationals, Drag Illustrated World Door Slammer Nationals, right? Alex Laughlin's driving my car because I didn't feel 110% yet, and I committed to my family that unless I felt 110%, I would not get back in the car. So Camry's out in Pomona. She's talking with Alex. Alex is like, man, I wish I could drive both classes. And Camry's like, my dad's not feeling 100%, but the car's going to be ready. And so Camry puts this deal together with Alex. And next thing I know, we're in Orlando, and Alex is driving my Pro Mod car. And Lee White is the freaking baddest tuner in the world of Pro Mod tuning, as far as I'm concerned. And next thing you know, we win it. And, I'll tell you what. I mean, they win the race, and Camry's like, Dad, we got to drive it back. I go, huh? She goes, Jeggy just drove it back. We got to drive it back. I go,
gonna make it a sweep.
I go, Camry, it's a Pro Mod car. She goes, Dad, I don't care if it's a go-kart. We got to drive it back. And I was like, all right, Camry, we'll drive it back. So Lee White fires it up. Alex drives it back. Camry shoves her way into the passenger side of the Pro Mod car. They drive it back. They back it into the pit. And I'll tell you what, the driving it back was badass, but when I saw him back it into the pit, I'm like
a Cadillac.
Yeah. I was like, we need to back this thing into the pit every freaking Pro Mod race we ever go to for the rest of Pro Mod racing. And we fire it up. This thing needs to be backed in so that the fans get to see it from the front. And I'm like, that's it. We're committed. We're not back. When we pull this thing out of the trailer, it's backed into the pit from now until the end of time, till we own this race car. And that, you know what? Well, that's the way it's going to be.
People want to relate to these cars, and the idea that you're driving the car back to the pits. I had people in bracket racing; they would tow their car to the staging lanes, and I would always scoff a little bit, like, "Come on, guys, it's not, you're not running a fuel car. Fuel cars, I get it, but I like what you're doing, and I like that attitude." And we got Tommy back. We got Jack. You guys just went
break the seal, baby. You're done.
I'm not breaking the seal. Tommy, is this the picture?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, there it is. I missed that one. You sent 500.
I'm telling you. So this group of guys, right? So this was right after we're done. They come up and they start asking me questions, and they were wanting to know things. And I'm like, man, they are paying attention. These guys, they were asking really, really good questions. And so I said, I want a picture. Like, these guys, they're all part of a hot rod group in Abu Dhabi. And I mean, they are diehards. They knew exactly what they were wanting. Oh, they were wanting to ask all these questions. It was awesome.
Okay, it was question example. Like, what are they asking you that made you say, like, oh my God, that's an amazing question?
They were talking about boost. How much boost does this thing produce? How much torque? How much, they were wanting to know the acceleration. So how many G's in so far? And they were asking horsepower. I mean, engine questions. They were asking boost questions. They were asking accelerate. I mean, these guys are gearheads. They weren't asking, oh, that's cool. What's that feel like? They were asking
there's like the standard 10, huh, Tommy? Eric and I.
Yeah, there's a 10 questions. Like, what's that feel like? Oh, that's crazy. Are you nuts? But
how'd you get into it?
Right. Then they want to know, well, how much boost does the supercharger produce in the manifold? Oh, okay. It's a different story. These guys were very technical. They knew exactly. They had watched, but all of a sudden they had their opportunity to talk to somebody that does it. I signed all kinds of stuff for them, gave them blower belts. Like, there was a group of 10 guys that were gearheads over there, and they wanted to know everything. And it was cool. I loved it. It was a very special. I spent about a month over there.
Wow.
Very special month. It was very cool. Love to go back.
You didn't go this last time, but they were there for a long time also. Like, you spent a month straight there, Tommy? That's like
yeah, we went in and the racetrack wasn't done yet. There was a group of us that went early, and Larry Crisp, Larry Crisp from Denver? Yeah. Larry Crisp was flown in to supervise track prep. And we flew in and was like, this is not going to work. We found a 12-inch hand sander grinder, and we took turns, all of us, hand sanding the racetrack with that little 12-inch grinder for 4 to 5 days and sand it down. And then we started prepping the racetrack. And the first run we went up there and made in the top fuel car, it shook because the track was too good.
Wow.
And so, yeah, Larry Crisp was unbelievable. There was a group of about 8 of us who went over early to make sure everything was cool because it's a brand new racetrack. Let me tell you something. This track is unbelievable. It was in Abu Dhabi, right next to the F1 track. It is unbelievable. Yas Marina, unbelievable racetrack. And we went over early to make sure everything was handled. It wasn't handled. We took care of it and put on a great show for the fans. It was really one of the most unique, and cool experiences I've ever done in my life.
I agree. I haven't been there. I don't know what my status would be to go, but it seems pretty great. All right, guys, listen, I think we are at the conclusion.
Joe's like, get me out of here.
That's not true. That is not true at all. I can go forever. I can go all night. But, there's a certain shelf life to everything. And
yeah, I know. My wife, I got to cook dinner. We got to finish mulch. What else?
You got to get out there with the mulch.
I lost my co-host.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. She's over you.
She's young. She's not clubbing or something.
Is she face down?
Yeah. Exactly. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna blow everybody out in order. So first out is gonna be like last in, first out. So JT, you're gonna be first out. Sound you ready for it?
Ready.
Thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it. Like, spending time with us. Had a lot of fun working with you out at Orlando Speed World was great. Like, that was getting connected with a whole new group of people, working, trying to make something happen. Awesome. So I can't wait till the next time.
Cheers, brother.
Later, JT. And Mark,
JT,
you're next. Mark, what's your status right now, brother? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Honest to God, if Keith Haney can pull this thing off, we're going to be in Tulsa. I'm going to be behind the wheel. I'm looking forward to it. If we get to go to the Gators in June, as far as I know, Alex is behind the wheel, and I look forward to that. So I love everything about our team. I love everything about drag racing. I love everything about the fact that you got this going on, that we're doing the quarantine with the Carusos.
Yes.
I just love drag racing, right? Like
everything. You love everything.
I love everything about everybody, but most importantly, don't piss me off because I'll kill everybody too. So I'm just saying.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. On that note, cheers. See you next week. Quarantine with the Carusos. Courtney Ender, what do you have to say about what has gone down, Courtney?
I am in no way, shape, responsible for the two before me.
You're connected to this somehow.
Loosely.
I think we all are somehow. but loosely. Courtney.
I just wanted to see you two.
Yes. They were great. They are great. We're going to get them. But Courtney, every day you're working out every single day. Like, how do you have,
every single day?
How do you do it every single day, Courtney? Every day.
It's
like
right here.
Shape.
Oh, look at that.
Is that an upside down thing?
At work. Yeah, it's an inversion thing. It's at work.
I got
run
one of
on
those.
the trails, and I'm a psychopath because I just have to be better than.
All right.
That's how I was born.
And that's why everybody loves you. You're doing a great job.
My twin. Love you, Jackie.
All right.
Bye, TJ. Wait this way. Bye, TJ.
There it is.
Bye, Joe.
There she goes. And now the original 2. What'd you guys think? Was that?
God, it got longer, didn't it, Joe?
Yeah, your beard is longer now. You need to
grew a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it did grow.
What do you guys think of that? That was pretty chaotic.
You know, it's a unique and different situation in every aspect of what we do, and it's kind of cool. We're learning different things. It's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tommy, for agreeing to come on. And it's been fun. And you got a lot of mulch out there that it's not going to get by itself. So
yeah.
I don't know how much daylight you got up there in Indiana, but you could maybe go knock out a couple of shovels or.
I'm good till about 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8:30.
All right. Thank you very much, though, for coming on the show. I appreciate it, and I can't wait till we get back out there racing.
Me too. I'm ready to go. Hope everybody stays healthy. Hope everybody stays safe. And when we go back racing, I think the race fans will embrace it 100%. I think everybody's ready to go. So I know I'm ready to go. I'm tired of doing projects around the house. But hey, Jackie, good to see you. Joe,
cheers,
good to see
TJ.
you.
I can't wait till TJ's beard is gone.
Yeah,
I know. Hey,
too.
let me tell you something. When this is gone, we're back to business.
Yeah, I like it.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, there's one more. One for the road. Thank you, Tommy. Gonna blow Tommy out of there. And now it is Jackie. She was first. She's going out last. Jackie, you got a phone call. You liked my Instagram post, and it came right down on the screen. And I was like, there's my guest. Perfect. The Cosmos delivers. I trust the Cosmos, the cosmic forces, whatever it is. I trust it. And did you, are you regretting this?
I had so much more fun than I thought I would. I stink at being interviewed and all this stuff. All I want to do is drive a race car. I'm so thankful that all the other stuff comes with it. So I guess I'm blessed.
You are. And enough, no shyness. Shyness is for the birds. You got all the tools. Can't wait to see you back out there. Jackie, thank you for joining us on Friday Cocktail.
You well, Joe. I greatly appreciate it.
I greatly appreciate it. That's one of my things. It's true. It's true. No, you do a great job. You're going to win a lot more races this year. It's going to be great. And thank you for involving Tori and Taylor. All right. Bye, Jackie. There it is. All right, everybody. That's going to do it. What do you think about that? That was just chaos and mayhem and fun. It was a whole lot going on, and we had a lot of fun on another Friday. And that's what Friday Cocktails is all about. Now, you got to remember, WFO Radio is a podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can definitely check us out on there and never miss a show. The audio of these shows go up there because not everybody can sit around and watch a show. But a lot of stuff is going on, and I just want to take a second or two to tell you about a few of those things. Like, you got to follow me on Twitter and Instagram right there. And our YouTube channel is like so bad. It needs subscribers. Click subscribe, click the bell so you get a notification so you can watch the show wherever you are. We go on all the time. NitroFishRacing.com. You might be wondering, like, well, what can I get there? And the answer is a WFO Radio t-shirt that looks like this. Randy Lynn-Ship and Bo Butner have been super kind. They helped me get these 10th anniversary WFO Radio t-shirts up there. They're in the trailer, but you should order one right now at NitroFishRacing.com. And Randy Lynn is so crazy that she actually had these WFO Radio masks made, and apparently we're going to have those available very, very soon. But get the t-shirt at NitroFishRacing.com. I'm going to be wearing this mask, by the way. I went to Home Depot today, and I had a surgical mask on, and it was a nightmare. And take a second to thank the people who are lifesavers right now, doing the thing, wearing that mask all day, all night. Big thanks to our sponsors. We actually have sponsors for this. You wouldn't believe it, but we do. MagicDryUS.com, talking about Scott Palmer, who was a guest. You can go back and watch all our shows in the WFO Radio app or on Facebook and YouTube. Magic Dry US, the official organic absorbent of the NHRA, and Franklin Lana Hawley, the Dragster Adventure. You can drive a dragster, folks. Like, why wouldn't you want to schedule that right now for when we get free? Go to their website, frankhawley.com. Total Seal piston rings. This is for serious engine builders. If you have spent a whole bunch of money on high-performance parts, if you don't have great piston rings, you've wasted your money. Simple as that. So call Total Seal. Go to TotalSeal.com. Ask for Keith Jones. He'll set you up. They're doing a 20% off for DIY racers right now. And samtech.edu, the School of Automotive Machinists and Technology. We've got a couple of podcasts for Samtech and one for Total Seal. That's how I survive, is by creating content for other folks and doing this other show. And we're always bringing on sponsors. But really, it's a labor of love because the next generation of drag racers are going through Samtech. They're starting their education at full speed. Samtech.edu. A couple other things. This is my personal race car that I'll never race again because, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Steve Brenwald creates the artwork for the show, and I work him really hard, and he's just a very passionate guy, and he's very doing a great job. We spoke with Evan Smith and Eric Lane. We've got some great shows in the archive, and just huge thanks to our guests. Final comments. Let's see what they are. Let's see. This guy says, see you next week. Got to visit ABC. Thank you very much, Driller Master Mom. And Mark Robertson says it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was like a historic thing. We had 6 guests. It was out of control, but we had a really great time. George, we're ready for racing. Yes, I am. And Jeff says, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jeff. Thank you to all our guests for coming on. Jackie and Tommy and Courtney and JT and Mark and Camry and everybody who was part of the show. And just want to remember that this sport of drag racing, it's something we do. It's super fun, but it's really all about the people. It's all about the people. And over the next few weeks, and hopefully not a long time, hopefully a very, very short amount of time, we'll be doing these Friday cocktails, 4 p.m. Friday. Share the show, share the replay, tell your friends, because we're going to have some good stuff. Like next week, it's going to be a little different. Like I'm working on something for next week that's going to be very different, but it should be a lot of fun. And you're going to want to log on, you're going to want to tune in, you're going to want to be here for it. I think it's going to be, in a way, historic. Speaking of taking people to a place that they cannot normally go, which that has always been my goal. That has been whatever I do on NHRA.TV or with WFO or whoever lets me work for them, to bring the people who would love to see the cool things that are happening behind the scenes. And that's really the motivation for everything that I do, because it's so cool and I love it and appreciate it so much. So that's what we're going to do next week. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud. Go to WFOradio.com. Be sure to subscribe and click the banners. Hit all that stuff. We've had great guests. We've had a good time. It has been a whole lot of fun. Arthur says thanks. John says thanks. Was listening while working in the garage. That's the plan. And not everybody can watch the screen. Some people just listen. That's what the podcast is for. And to you folks, drag racing community, stay safe, have fun, be good to each other, take care of each other, and it won't be that long. We're going to be back to doing what we like doing. It might be a little different. It might be a little further apart for a little while, but it's going to be good stuff. I want to mention, get yourself some coffee from Marvin Rodak, Rodak'sCoffeeandGrills.com, 817-924-6821. This guy is roasting up